but we ended up like you get a caterpillar, you know, any kind of dozer and caterpillar, you can find the parts for it. I mean, they may cost you a little, you know, a little more, but at least you can find them. I know a guy right now that's got a big old dozer, this Komatsu, and one of the gears in the driveline broke, and he can't get the gear, you know.
All right, it looks like we are live. There's about a 1 minute delay, it looks like, nearly. So let's go left to right, and I think Dutch should be first, and everybody say your nickname or who you are and what state you're in or what country or whatever else, because people from all over the world watch this, from China to Australia. And even over there in Dutch. What's the name of that country you're in?
The Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yep. So I'm Dutch point of view from the Netherlands. And you can find me on YouTube. Next.
That's you, Frugal.
Oh, okay.
Look at your thing.
I'm a frugal prepper, also known as Tom. I'm from Springfield, Ohio.
Us?
No, I ain't next.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not. Joshua is.
No, I'm looking at
I think everybody's list is in different order or something.
Okay, well, I'm all the way to the right on my screen.
Yeah, we're all the way on the right on our screen.
Okay, well, I'll just go.
Well, I didn't know that. I mean, I thought that it was in line. Okay. Well, I am Hossa Diaz, and you can find me on YouTube.
Next is Joshua.
Yeah, they just call me Josh, and I'm out here in Dayton, Ohio, not too far from Springfield. That's pretty wild.
Lots of
cool.
Ohioans.
I work in Dayton, so.
Okay, Mindy.
I'm Mindy. I'm in Texas, and I used to live in Miamisburg.
Yep, she used to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader.
No, I did not.
Hey, you used to live in Miamisburg, Ohio?
Miamisburg, Ohio. Yep.
Well, that's
wow.
A bunch of Buckeyes on the table.
Yep.
Rich. Speak.
I'm Rich. I'm in Kentucky, and used to live in Tennessee for quite a while, but I'm in Kentucky now.
Yeah, that fireplace behind you kind of looks like what I got in the other room. And then, last but not least, William. Speak, William. Speak, William. William, if you don't participate, I'll have to boot you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, William. Bye.
I think William was giving us a moment of silence for the University of Dayton that lost tonight.
Did they lose?
Yep, by 10.
Oh, man. My son was at the game in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was front row up there, down there, over there, wherever you're at. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to let everybody look at my raccoon hat for a minute because I'm going to eat. Nobody wants to watch me eat supper. Where's my raccoon hat? There it is. All right. So, who thinks that when the poo hits the fan, it's going to be man-made? Raise their hand. Well, some of you can't raise your hand.
Yeah. I got mine raised, and I'm
I got mine raised.
So 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
4.
I guess I'd raise my hand on that. I think it's going to be the dollar, U.S. dollar problem.
I mean, it looks like it may be economic, or it could be terrorist, or supposed terrorist.
It could just be plain war.
I think it's going to be war.
Well, an EMP would be war.
It will be eventually war.
And there's too many people. All of our enemies know how vulnerable we are because we depend on our computers for everything. I mean, that's no secret.
And we have a coward in the White House that is worthless. So.
Anyway, So there's several people here that probably think it could be natural. Super volcanoes. I classify asteroids as natural. Anything that, you know. Now the Bible, it could, you know, some of those interpretations can be either from man or natural or both.
Well, I think eventually we're gonna have some natural disasters, but without things are now, it's more likely to have a man-made disaster before any natural disasters are bound to happen.
You know, you watch the news, and I have to agree with you. These guys are going nuts over there. I mean, they're like, you know, Kerry just, I just seen a news post earlier where he turned his plane around and went to a meeting in Paris over the Ukraine issue.
Like he's going to make a difference.
No, they're going to go over there and huff and puff, and Russia's going to do whatever they need to do.
Yeah, Russia's not afraid of us at all. As he probably, you know, Putin shouldn't be. Not of this president, because he's just useless. He's a coward.
I've been alive for a little while. So, Russia, during Reagan bankrupted Russia. All right, from the time they bankrupted Russia and brought down the Berlin Wall till now, Russia has gone from bankrupt to being the number, it's either 6 or 8 world economic power in that short a time. So, you know, they had, whatever they're doing, they've pretty much took capitalism and took it to the next level, kind of like the Chinese are doing. While we are regulating small businesses and stuff, they're opening it up, telling everybody just go ahead and make money however you can.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, our big corporations over here are being subsidized by taxpayers. Why do these big, huge corporations like Monsanto, ConAgra,
Walmart,
Tyson, I'm talking about our food, where our food and stuff comes from, have to be subsidized? But a small farmer can't get squat.
And Russia is just the opposite.
Well, you're the closest to them, I believe.
Yeah. And they're very supportive of local businesses and stuff, so they're pretty much self-sustainable without, if they couldn't import anything anymore.
Is the Netherlands part of NATO?
I don't know.
You don't know? I was wondering if because Europe is thumping their chest right now, and right now they're in a bubble. I looked it up because we talked about this last night, about the housing bubble and the overinflated housing prices in the United Kingdom. And I checked it out, and all of Europe's that way. They're in a major bubble right now. And it might be the what do you use over there for money? The euro?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be what triggers the next big kapoof. If the euro goes, I'm sure the dollar will take the hit too. Probably all go at the same time, like they plan it to get us on a cashless society. The bankers are running everything.
Did you hear about the banker that was on his bicycle? He was an attorney for J.P. Morgan Chase, and he was hit and thrown 150 feet.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's dead. So, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, another one bites the dust. I sure as heck wouldn't want to work with J.P. Morgan Chase right now. They are dropping dead like flies.
Maybe they deserve it.
Well, either that or they were gonna talk.
Yeah, that would be my suspicions.
That's my thought on that one.
So most everybody agrees that the economy or a big war. I mean, now I know a lot of people in here probably don't read much on prophecy and stuff, but something is going to take, I believe, is going to take America out of the picture where we cannot afford to get involved in whatever's going on over there. Now, I guess that could be a collapse. If we have a collapse before, you know, Israel and Syria and all them go nuts. Oh, and there was a transcript. Not a transcript. Somebody snuck in a recorder into the president or prime minister of Turkey.
Yep.
Him and his security guys were having a conversation, and they were talking about how to get into war with Syria and make it look like Syria's fault. They were going to do it like send in a 4-man special ops team to pull off an attack on themselves and say it was from Syria so they could go to war with it. And they caught them on tape. So that being on tape might have just stopped that.
They shut YouTube down over there.
Yeah, because of that video.
Yep.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitter, I think, right?
I thought Twitter was first, I think, and then
Yeah, they
YouTube.
shut Twitter down first and then YouTube.
But you notice, yeah.
What's the point? They still got like Facebook and whatnot, right?
For
They're
the
shutting the
time
whole
being.
internet down.
It seems kind of pointless.
I mean, the cat's already out of the bag now.
Yeah.
So
Well, it happens so fast now on YouTube. I mean, it's not like by the time they find out, I mean, you PO out yourself and then try to shut it down and not let anybody see it, you know, and it'd only be 10 seconds.
it's too late.
2 or
We
3
know
people,
about it.
you know. Yeah,
I know about it. I'm a ham radio operator, and I can go talk to people in Turkey and say,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on over there, you know, with the prime minister trying to make a special ops attack on his own people. And once I put it on the broadcast and a million people listen to it, it's like, oh, every country knows about it.
Well, I think that's the reason they're having a problem with YouTube right now. And this Google thing got bought out. All this stuff is, you know, I don't know. A lot of people hate Google. I'm not the biggest fan of them. But then again, we do have an outlet here that information gets passed along quick, you know.
Yeah.
The reason we cannot really complain much about Google and YouTube is because it's free.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, I know that there's Facebook out there, but, you know, there's all kind. I mean, you get on Facebook and there's all kind of settings on there, all kind of stuff, that's safety things. You know, you can't sell stuff on. You know, well, you can start to sell stuff on Facebook now, but you know, through yard sale things. But it used to be you couldn't sell anything. They had it to where keywords would kick it off. You know, where YouTube. I mean, you hear some pretty good stuff from YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of people out there putting out some really good information. So yeah, I'm for keeping it up as long as we can. You know. Because like this Connecticut thing, you know, if they start some crap up there, at least the rest of the country knows. Because the news media is not going to tell you.
No.
Tim says the Netherlands is part of NATO.
Well, it's a proven fact that the bankers finance both sides of any war. Because even if we go to war with Russia has to pay people. They have a central bank, and they buy and they import. They'll have their allies that they exchange currencies with. Now, they'll exchange currencies through the banks, and the banks will exchange dollars or buy dollars or whatever. So you know, it's all financed through both sides of any war are financed through the banks. I mean, that went all the way back to Napoleon.
Sometimes they finance both sides.
They always finance.
Yeah.
They always somebody. I mean, both sides have banks, so you know, them bankers have to exchange stuff behind. And now we're all hooked up electronically, so you can't tell what they're doing. I mean, why is there so much resistance to even old Ron Paul's auditing the Fed? Why is that a secret? What is the problem with auditing a bank? That should be done on a regular basis. If they're going to pass a law to audit it, say every 4 years the Federal Reserve gets an audit.
And we should be able to see our gold.
We can share gold.
No. We should be able to see it.
Knox, yeah.
Yeah, we should be able to see it.
Well, yeah, but even
Verify
the storehouse
it
was
there.
That's the
full,
right
there's
of
not
every
much
American
there. I mean,
citizen to see that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't have money to run for office, so I can't do nothing about it. Everybody thinks I'm nuts. I mean, I have ideas like the American people have the right to see what's in there. And I mean, it's their duty to see what's in there. It's your duty to protect yourself. It's your duty to be a soldier. Everybody in this country is supposed to be reserve militia.
Yeah, well, it was our duty to not even let that Federal Reserve get started. About 100 years of slacking off on that duty.
Well, no, the American public has been zombified for a long time.
Yep.
I'll be right back. So,
anyway, there's been an uptick in earthquakes. So, this was, and I know some of y'all don't read the Bible, but this was all prophesied as the birth pains and as it gets worse and quicker of the end time. And now the Pope released something the other day. I'm trying to remember what it was.
He doesn't read the Bible.
No, he was telling his people to prepare too. The Catholic Church came out and said for their people should be preparing for disasters and stuff.
I thought they wouldn't be here.
Something a little off topic there, but did y'all see where that they got rid of that cardinal because he spent $4 million redesigning his house or whatever? I mean,
I don't see why they don't get rid of those ones that are perverts and messing with the little kids.
Yeah, But like you say, in the Bible, man-made. God told us He wouldn't destroy the world with water.
Flood.
And then He told us that He would take, that He would come before the end. So the world's not going to end until Jesus Christ comes back. So I'm saying it's all going to be man-made disasters and starting the one world order. I mean, like you say, we're looking at a one world currency. It's going to happen. I mean, it's in the Bible. Well,
in order to get everybody to accept a one world currency, we have to have a big disaster in the bank.
Yeah.
So there's your economic collapse, and then these guys that are sitting on all the gold and silver are going to say, "Hey, we've got it. We can save the day. We can go cash. Everybody can have a debit card."
Well, if you notice, I thought about something driving the other day. If you notice how they're getting these little things you can put on your cell phone where you can swipe a card for businesses, right there's something that's coming up that everybody that has a cell phone can have one of those. Another person owes you some money, you can just swipe it and put it right there on your card. Boom, it's in. And guess who makes money off of that?
The banks.
The banks.
You can do that now with it's called Square. You sign up and they send you a reader. I've got that. I use it like when my mom does jewelry booths at shows.
Yeah,
stuff
and
like that.
Because you just plug it into your phone and your USB port on your phone, and it becomes a card reader. They take
cash advance.
What is it like 5% or something like that, or
I think it's like 2.5%.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like someone needs to bring up the Bitcoin angle then, if we're talking about.
I don't understand that Bitcoin stuff.
I think Bitcoin's going to die real soon.
Well, they lost a lot of money. Somebody hacked their I don't know, their computer or whatever. I don't know. I never really understood it either, but it was hacked and they lost millions of dollars, and that's the last I've heard of it, and that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself an expert, but that's something I keep up with, and like you guys are talking about being able to swipe your cards on your phones and stuff, they pretty much got it set up where you can do business on your phone just by, like your smartphone has a laser scanner, and you just make one of those little codes and you can swap money. But the whole thing about that is it's outside of the banking system. I know what you're saying. Is people think it's going to die soon and people are hacking into it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going the way it is. It might be around longer than people think.
Well, I don't think Bitcoin will be the next currency, but
yeah, that's why
the IMF will control that. Now, what if it's a perfect storm? What if, because China and Russia don't really, their form of governments don't really cater to the bankers that much. Let's say the bankers crash the euro and the dollar follows, it's like dominoes go boom, boom, and the Japanese yen, it wipes out too.
Mm-hmm.
And then China and Russia pick that time to start a fight. What are we going to do?
Well, the only reason that our money has stayed in the United States has stayed where it's at is because everybody that buys oil all over the world uses the dollar. Or I'd say 90% of the oil that's sold is sold by countries buying it with the dollar. That's the
petrodollar.
Yeah. So
oil is sold 100% with a dollar.
Yeah. So, well, I think there's like Venezuela or one of them trades with Russia, or Russia and them. Somehow all that gets shuffled around and they sell their oil and it gets sold. But it's I mean, nobody can never. It's like it's trying to find a needle in a haystack when you go to try and figure out what it is.
China's been buying up all that gold so they can back their currency and get us off it. They want to take us off the petrodollar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Everybody wants to take you off.
Well, because if that happens, the dollar becomes pretty much almost worthless because we've only got printed up so many dollars, and there's not enough money to cover. I mean, if everybody called in our debt right now, we could not cover it.
You only been a currency for oil about, I believe it was after World War II, right? Or World War I?
Yeah. It was, I think, 2. It started getting put on the.
Before that, it was the British pound sterling.
Yeah, and you gotta hand it to whoever was the bankers and done it right then. It's kept us in prosperity for years,
Yeah. And now it's all being.
Well, think about it. If you go off the dollar and you try to buy oil any other way, you're at war with us. I mean.
That's right.
Well, Saddam Hussein, that's what he was going to do. He was going to try and sell it without going through the dollar, and we said, "Oh no, that ain't happening."
Yeah, you picked the last 5 countries that we got in trouble with. Each one of them tried to distance either they wanted their own currency that would weaken the dollar, or they were pulling that, getting away from the oil with the dollar.
They didn't have the World Bank either. What you call it? To watch out on banks?
Well, if you look at it, it all comes back down to
money.
We took and the bankers were mostly here and there. I wouldn't say all of them in the United States, but a lot of them were coming into the milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? And the milk and honey's running out. I mean. Other countries are going, look, if we all stick together, we can get off of this dollar. Oh, yeah.
And you can't blame them.
Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't blame them at all. I mean, I can blame us for being idiots with their money when we had it. We could have taken, look at Dubai. They know that they're going to run out of oil. They know it. There's no doubt about it. They're going to run out of oil here in the near future. Look at that resort they built down there. They're looking at money coming in from that big resort,
Where? Down there in Dubai?
Yeah, in Dubai.
Yeah.
I mean, they built all those hotels, all that Palm
Dubai
City,
is
and
a mecca to rich people's stupidity.
oh yeah, exactly.
Who in the world would want to live there? I mean,
But
that's just like.
but they did the right thing because they took the money when they had it and they turn around and put it into something that will make them money in the future.
They better invest in some kind of nuclear power or something, because if they run out of oil, what are they going to power that city with?
Well, if
Well,
you
they
get
got
enough,
plenty of sun to put some solar panels.
Yeah,
Well,
without air conditioning and all that stuff.
but you got to think about it. If they can get enough of people coming down there and spending, you know,
Outrageous.
just outrageous money, yeah, and like you say, the rich people going down there and just spending, you know, a couple $100,000 on vacation. Well, yeah, they can afford to, you know, put a nuclear power plant in, and boom, they're.
I've seen that. I mean, on the internet, you can go on Google Earth and take virtual tours of Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, and then you read about the laws and everything. Who'd want to live there? You can't do nothing. I mean,
I wouldn't visit there.
No.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not setting that foot outside the United States if I can help it.
Yeah.
See, I'm 180 on that. I'm trying to maybe get some property to rent here in the U.S. But you know, when that hits the fan, I think I'd like to try and get out. Maybe go down to South America, let people mail me some checks from around here.
well, you know, Puerto Rico is having a recession right now, and property prices in Puerto Rico are not that bad. You can buy a nice house down there for $100,000.
Well, I'm telling you, know, you talking about going down that way. It really, all in all, if a person could head out west, I mean, there's land out there that people ain't set foot on in, you know,
Yeah, but it's a desert.
20 years. Well, no, there's other places out there that, you know, that's.
Where?
I mean, well, Wyoming, you got some of those big.
Wyoming's a desert.
Up in there, you got some of those places where there's mountains and stuff. I mean, there's a lot of places to go.
You got to live fairly close to a river.
But I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna happen if the crap hits the fan. I'd say probably at least 50% of the people will be killed off in the first month.
Yeah.
I mean, because I mean, if somebody's got a loaf of bread and they're not sharing it, and the other person says, "Look, you need to get me some," and if they don't, they pull out a gun, boom, that's one less person, you know.
Back in the 70s, when I was in school, they did an experiment, and they released it in video, where they had a cage. I don't remember. It was about a room-sized cage, and they started filling it with rats. And once the population of rats became got to a certain amount, they started attacking and killing each other. Even though they had plenty of food, they started killing. And that's what going to happening right now to us in the cities. That's why most of the gun grabber nuts are in the cities, because it's like, you know, they live on top of each other and they don't trust themselves. They're scared. They know what they would do if they had a gun.
Well, what about knives, ball bats, a frying pan? I mean, you know.
What about the Taekwondo nut? What about the guy that goes to the gym every day and pumps iron? You know.
Yeah. I mean,
kicks in the door and rips Granny's head off.
Well, and the thing of it is there's going to be gangs out there with guns regardless. I don't care if you. I mean, look in Detroit. How many people get shot there? It's a you know, a gun-free city. You know, but look how many people get killed with guns.
Well, in the police department, I remember I saw something like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, where they were telling them, the police were just saying, you know, if they come on your property, you know, we can't get their travel time to any kind of break-in or anything like that, I think was 20 to 30 minutes, and they're saying, you know, go ahead and shoot them. So it's like, well, you know, I'd love to live in Detroit. Boy, sounds like a really nice place to be right about now, especially when they go to cut the 200,000 or 300,000 people's water off here real soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm experiencing that. I mean, I think it was probably a good thing that my water did get cut off.
But you're now, you know, you
Well, you have a
you know how to collect the water and how to
think about being in an apartment. There's no gutter to get water out of.
Well, yeah, it was like God giving me a message. I better get off my butt and get my water problem solved. I still haven't got it solved. I mean, it's gonna take me some money to get that solved. I got to get the well working, at least a pitcher pump on it. I'm hoping it's shallow enough for a pitcher pump. But I haven't been in that well since probably I was 15, 16 years old, and I don't remember that far back how much pipe there was down there.
Yeah.
Well, if it's on that black pipe, it can't be too far down in there.
It's black, but we've run black pipe down 100 foot.
Oh yeah, you can go 100 foot, but I mean it ain't gonna go much further. I mean, like I say, you said that you had before you had a 2 pipes going in there, a jet pump. Before you said you had that jet pump going in there, a 2-line. Well,
Yeah,
2-line gets you down.
That was a galvanized pipe.
Yeah, but if it was 2 pipes, you can only go about 100 foot with a jet pump, even at that. So it can't be much over.
Pump won't pull but about 35 foot.
Well, but if you go with that one that old Engineer 775's got, that
how much
simple
that
pump.
costs? That's a $500 pump.
Well, I mean, I know, but if you
costs. Do you understand that $500 is half of my monthly income?
I do.
All right.
But you were paying a $40 water bill, put $40 up within a year and a half, 2 years, you should be able to, pick you up one.
So I got to be dirty for 2 years, right?
Well, you got a creek down there. Pull that old cast iron tub down there like you was talking about, build you a fire under it, throw some water in it, and get out there with your neighbor and say, hey, if y'all don't like looking at it, pay my water bill.
That's why I got a cast iron tub sitting out in the yard. Weather warms up, I'll just go out there, pull it up in front of the highway out there, and just jump in there naked and take me a bath with a fire under it.
You got to put out a jar for tips.
Yep, tips to get rid of this tub. Here. Y'all don't like looking at it? Yeah, donate. Are they going to say it's against the law to take a bath? Probably.
Well, public nudity is going to get you home. Hey, where are you just a pair of them tidy whities out there? They can't say nothing to that.
I'll have to put it back away from the highway, but I'll put it out where everybody can see it.
Hey, buy you some of them underwear that look like your skin, and they'll go calling. You be sitting there soaking, the cot's full up, and you stand up and say, look, I got something on. Oh, my God, this is just being like at the beach.
Get something to make some fake genitalia then. Oh no, that's not that. That's one of them. What do you call it? Never mind. I'm not going there.
But now, I mean, I understand. And what was you saying? Well, I'll ask you later because we did that off camera. I don't want you to get in no trouble.
Is this on YouTube right now?
Yeah, we're live right now, Mindy. So keep your clothes.
You're famous, Mindy.
Yeah. Just glad they can't see me.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was on YouTube or not because I'm watching through Google Plus.
Yeah, that's the way I came.
Oh look, we can see Mindy now.
Hey.
That's one feature I still can't figure out why they put that on there.
I knew.
Camera.
Said that I had to go over and see if that control room was still there.
I'm glad that don't work on me.
It don't?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I can
You
turn
turn
it
me off.
Turn your camera off. They turn it back on. But you're using minicam. That's why it doesn't work.
Yeah. I can do it myself, yeah.
I wonder what happened to the guy that just dropped out. He screwed you on.
I guess.
With this camera or for audio.
Well, I had to do it to Mindy because she said that. Oh, I'm glad I'm off camera.
Good thing I have something covering it up.
Are you naked again?
No.
I'm gonna holler at Robert and see if he wants to come on. I'll be right back.
Only took us 30 minutes to go completely off topic.
Okay, now that I am done with supper, I'll turn my camera on. I don't care if you see me or not. Now, as for things to put away, what is there anything unusual that you put away for the rainy day? I mean, everybody's got some silver, and I know Mindy's got a Fort Knox full of gold, but I mean, little things.
I don't. I wish.
The other day, I found out that people didn't even know what this was. They didn't know what a speedy stitcher was.
Is that a rug? A rug? What is that?
You wasn't here when we went through that? No, this is what you... If you're like me, and when you're depending on something, is when it breaks, you have to have tools to repair it. This will go through the heavy nylon. It'll go through heavy leather. It'll actually go through saddle leather. So you can actually stitch a shoe sole back together with this. This is the exact needle in this thing that I used when I was repairing shoes. It would sit in a machine called a McKay. But this is done by hand, so I don't know why they call it speedy, but it is not speedy, but it is called the speedy stitcher. And you push it through and do a chain stitch. And that's the way the shoe soles are sewed on. But they use a machine, and it just goes real fast in the factory. You can do the same thing by hand with this. Anything that, well, almost anything that a leather shop sews, you can be done with this. So if you got a get home backpack or something, and you got to travel any distance, and you're afraid the strap might come loose, this little gizmo right here allows you to stop, repair whatever you got. Your shoe sole comes off, you can stitch it back on, and keep going. So, this is what I use for when, because every time I get something, it breaks. It's like having a multi-tool. The multi-tool's there because every time I do something, something winds up breaking on me. And I can't afford to fix it, so I have to fix it myself.
I think there's an old military saying, too. They say 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So every time you got something that you got to have...
I've got 2 multi-tools. I've got 2 of these knives. I've got a couple of axes, a couple of flashlights, those... I've got duplicates of all my EDC stuff.
Yeah. I got the same multi-tool and I got it since 1994.
So it's somewhere else. But hey, the Swiss Army knife, that could be considered a multi-tool. I carry that on my keychain. So
what's y'all having a party for that one?
Yeah, well, I sent you an invite.
Did you really?
Yeah, I sent you a regular public invite and a private invite, and it was. By the way, we are broadcasting, so
don't be naked.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All righty.
Saying anything you don't want the world to know. Yeah, don't be Google earthing your house or anybody else's house right now.
Google must have bit me again then.
Tubby Dude wants a demo. Tubby, just go on YouTube and type in Speedy Stitcher. There's hundreds of demos of how to use the Speedy Stitcher.
He wants you to demo the Speedy Stitcher?
Yeah. There are so many. I'm just showing you the Speedy Stitcher, telling you what it will do.
Yeah, Dave.
If you want to know how to do it, go. There's just hundreds of videos on the Speedy Stitcher.
Oh, now, Dave, come on. Just stitch us up a holster real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. What's some of the more unusual items I would have put away? Of course, everybody knows about water filters and food.
Did you ever figure out how much that radio cost that you put that on Google Plus? That one that guy had in that, what was it, Vox or something like that? The Vox.
Huh?
What?
It was a radio you put on Google Plus. You, I guess, locked it or something. It was a radio. It was inside of a.
Oh no! I put. Did you read my comment? I said,
No, I didn't.
Yeah, well, you should have read the comment. I made a comment.
Oh,
Watch this guy break so many federal laws.
Oh yeah,
He built that thing to sell it to preppers, and it was highly illegal.
Yeah, well, I said that. CB.
Why?
50 watts.
It's a 200-watt CB. It's not supposed to be. It was a ham radio that somebody converted to allow it on CB frequencies. The other ham radio he had, the 2-meter 440 ham radio, was cut loose to be on FRS frequencies. He said you can use this to talk to your FRS. That's illegal. After Pooh hits the fan, there won't be no law, whatever. But right now. And he's making YouTube videos to sell this to the public.
That's probably not.
He's still in operation. He may be gone. I mean, there's no contact information on that video.
I guess that's why you disabled the comment.
Yeah.
Well, I just seen where he had the radio, the picture of it, and I thought it was you, and then I realized it was somebody you had liked the video or made a comment or something. And I didn't know what was up about it.
I mean, I can do that same stuff with my radios. I can do all that and better. I've got radios that will far exceed everything he's got in that box. Far exceed. I've got one that does 200 watts on everything from 80 meters to 6 meters.
Dang, dude.
And it will go on CB frequency. It'll go on military government frequencies. It'll go on everybody. It'll go where overseas transmitters, are like the Voice of Russia. I can actually go sit over here when the Voice of Russia is broadcasting and broadcast right over the top of them.
No, I can't imagine watching TV.
Do it. I mean, I won't do it, but I have the capabilities of doing it. So if crap hit the fan, I could actually have my own broadcast. I could actually broadcast to everybody up and down the East Coast, any news going on. I could run a broadcast station on shortwave. I'd like to have the money to buy a small AM transmitter, just a little 500 watt, and I could have my own little radio station in a Faraday cage, break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah, really.
That way I could go set it up on a hill and just broadcast all over Middle Tennessee. I could be the mouth of the South.
But you take, like you said, if you could just get one of those little wind-up radios, that'd be something good to put in like a Faraday cage. And just throw it in there. Like you say, if somebody did do that, then at least you could get news on it.
Yes, if you have not got communications, you need to get it. And transportation. I mean, I've heard so many people saying wood gasifier or a still, which is fine. It's great. I'm glad you have that. However, distilling enough alcohol to run something or a wood gasifier, that is a very specialized item, and somebody's liable to shoot you and take it away from you.
Well, people don't realize on a gasifier how dirty that's coming out. You'll gum up an engine in no time.
We have right now, I looked up the figures because I was on a veterinary site. In Tennessee, right now, there is over 150,000 horses in this state. We're number 6 in the country as far as horses. I didn't know that. If you don't have a horse, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. but you should know how to ride one and tack one up. Because if poo hits a fan, I'm sure you know somebody that has one that doesn't have anything set back or aside. And I'm sure you will be able to barter very quickly if you have an extra AR.
Oh, yeah. I bet
Can I
you're
have
right.
that horse? But if you don't know how, I mean, that's a skill set you should have. I mean, our soldiers, when they first went over to Afghanistan, the very first special ops team, the SEALs that went over there, they had to go. They had to use the Taliban's or what was the people against the Taliban? The Mujahideen or something.
Yeah.
They had to use their horses. So these guys had never ridden a horse, and they had to learn real quick. So but they had the Mujahideen to teach them real quick. And I'm sure
Well, the quality of the horses had a lot to do with it. So.
Well, those horses were used to being in that climate too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The guys, like you say, you tell them, and at least the horse kind of knows what to do himself. You start heading to a certain place, the horse has been there. He's like, he don't really care as long as somebody's tapping him and letting him know to go. And
I bet those mountain horses over there are pretty hardcore. I bet they're strong.
Well, it's not only that; it's you've got to understand. Even if you're walking somewhere, there's a book I read a while back about this guy trying to get home after poo had hit the fan, and he had his little cart, a little push cart, and that push cart got to mean everything to him because it kept most of the load off his back, and he pulled that little push cart, little shopping cart. He cobbled something together where he could pull this cart. And it was on wheels, and that allowed him to take more supplies to get home. So he could stock up on supplies and stuff, or stash his rifle under the things when he's going through a neighborhood, so he could look like he was unarmed. And just go by and kind of be quiet. And of course, he got the crap beat out of him a few times and lost his card a few times, and luckily got it back in the book. But in real life, they ain't going to beat you up. They're probably going to kill you and take your card. So, a horse, let's put it this way. If you got two horses, you could pack one and ride the other, and you can just go right through fence roads. You can ford streams, rivers, everything. Don't have to go across anybody's bridges, Well,
the thing, like you say, the best thing is you can stay off of the road.
Yeah, you can stay off the highway completely. I mean, it'll take you a little longer.
The highways are going to turn into dieways,
Yeah.
I mean,
especially if there's an EMP.
Yeah.
Well, see, if you've got the skill set to ride a horse, you can probably go out and swipe somebody else's horse. You try to get my horses that run around my yard. That's right. I have horses in my yard. They run out there like the dogs do, or one of them does.
There ain't nothing weird about that.
Yeah,
I would too.
I can't imagine.
What
about that horse crapping all over your yard?
Whatever.
Fertilizer.
Yeah, chicken. Yeah. I got chicken crap everywhere. Dog crap out there in the yard. What's a little horse crap?
Horse crap. Dogs.
And she helps with the grass mowing. So I just turn her loose in the yard. And, occasionally in the morning I look out my bedroom window and there's this big eyeball sticking in there looking at me.
Hey, man, get up. Get up.
Yeah, one thing I have been hanging on to, I think maybe it's a little unusual. I know everyone saves their ammo for the guns they have, but I figured even if I don't have a .45 caliber weapon, but I got myself a box of 45 just for some walking around bullets. If I wanted to barter with somebody for 3 or 4 bullets because they got a 45 and I don't, that's better than having some worthless paper in my pocket. And then get yourself a couple of different calibers. That way, whatever it is you're going to swap with, you don't have to worry if they got the same caliber as you do or not.
Yeah, I mean, having more ammo than you can use, that's always a barterable thing. I mean, like Southern Pepper 1 says, have lots of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a barterable item.
Speaking of ammo, there's going to be no more surplus 5.54 coming in.
Speaking of ammo, guess what they did in California? They banned all semi-automatic handguns, pretty much. All new sales of semi-autos, because it has to have micro-stamping to be sold there right now, and there's no firearm handgun made that can micro-stamp reliably.
So there is
Ruger and Smith & Wesson has already pulled their guns from California.
What about that new smart gun? Does it do it?
No, it doesn't do it. That smart gun is just supposed to be like biometric thing. It doesn't. The micro stamping is supposed to be on the firing pin that hits the primer and stamps the serial number of the gun on the primer. Now, even if it did work,
oh gosh,
if it did work, and I was a criminal, I'd go to the local gun range, pick up a whole handful of casings, do the crime, throw all those casings out there in the middle of everything, and file mine off. All you got to do is take a piece of sandpaper and get rid of that micro stamp. I mean, because it is a micro stamp. So I just file it off and poof, no more stamp. You know what?
They're all brain dead.
Are as bad as the Colorados. They sit in the Senate. What kind of law we passed today? Let's speak on guns today.
Are you sure,
they
man?
do.
Are you sure that's gonna work, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where did you?
We don't care if we make a law. They'll have to build them.
Where did you hear that at, Robert?
I saw it on a Google Plus thing. A guy, he called into I forget what agency he called into, and most of that Russian surplus stuff is steel cased.
Yeah.
And they've now deemed it steel or armor piercing. Let me grab the link real quick.
I know, like at my range, they stopped letting me shoot like the Wolf and tall ammo stuff out of the AK because they said it's magnetic and it has a bimetal jacket and it'll pierce. But I've been shooting it there for 10 years. They just changed the rules.
They're just using it as an excuse to no more.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we have this ammo for $70 for a bag of 50. You know. I found another range where I can shoot outside.
And what state are you in again?
I'm in Ohio.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, Haas, when we go offline, I need to find out where you said you knew of a machine shop with a CNC or a milling machine that I could go give them some money and push the button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would love to have a billeted lower. Yeah, I mean they're just more rugged. I'd like to get some of that 775 aluminum and have a billeted lower out of that real strong aluminum.
Oh yeah.
And that would be like your firearm that drags through the mud and everything. It'd be like turning an AR into an M1A.
I'll have to get my son-in-law to ride by there because I'm not sure their telephone number and their name. It's Larry something.
As long as
I don't know if it's Larry's Gun Shop or something like that.
One day I might run across a few bucks and I'll take me a ride out that way, or go down to the truck stop and say, hey, any of y'all drivers need a co-driver for go to North Carolina?
Well, the good thing is you probably got somebody right there around you that's doing the same thing, because a lot of these they buy these little small CNC machines, not the real huge ones, just the little small ones, the little tabletop deal, and that's how a lot of them making money. I mean, they're just, you bring it in, hand it to them, they put it all in there, hit the button, boom, you're done. You take it out and you leave, and it's yours. You've done all the milling on it, because you're the one that hit the start button. So, yeah, I mean, it's perfectly legal from what he's saying.
Yeah, well, you're building it for yourself, not to sell. And if I was going to build one for myself, not to sell, I would love to have a billeted receiver. I mean, upper and lower. That'd be just rugged as all get out.
Well,
I mean, if you want one for yourself,
just to have it where it ain't no serial number. Not that I don't want a serial number on it. I just it would be cool to have one without serial number.
I just want one that's rugged. I mean, I want.
Yeah,
and from the price that the guys were asking, that's about the price of a bill, or less than the price of a billet lower that you buy in the store.
I'd like to get one and write where the serial number would be as zombie killer or something. I go to look at the serial number and say, well, sir, you can't file this serial number off and put zombie killer.
They'd never had a serial number. How about that?
Well, you know, the thing of it is that during Aries, man, I couldn't never find, every time I went to get their lower like that, their 80% lower, they were out of them. Now, you could buy the kits with guns, and then you could just, you know, do it came with 80% lower, you know. And once you did the lower, then you could stick the trigger assembly in there, do everything, put the whole gun together. But dang, you know, that was like a $800 AR, you know. I mean, it really wasn't that bad, but then you got to spend another $50 to get it, you know, machined. So, or either sit there and try to drill it out yourself.
I've got in my mind already the barrel picked out and everything. I'm thinking, you know, go with a 14.5-inch barrel. Who cares if it's an inch under what's supposed to be, or a half inch under? Yeah. I mean, by the time you put the flash pressure on there, there's a half-inch difference. I mean, I'm not going to pull that gun out and carry it unless poo is done hit the fan anyway, and there won't be no ATF around at that time. So, you know, who cares? My horse has an AR-15 that I can use in the meantime. That's got all the stuff on it. I mean, she carries around in her saddle. There's an AR-15 saddle thing.
I'm going to try to go to that Palmetto Arms tomorrow. I got to go get my license renewed. I think while I'm out riding around, I think I'm going to ride over there and check it out.
Hey, give me a shout, man, if you see anything that's real good deal.
I hope when I get there they're going to have some, you know, little scratch lowers. Maybe I can pick up one cheap.
Cool. Have you seen G-Code's prices on their holsters? They've gone up. I guess Scooch made them popular, and then now everybody wants one.
That's big business, man. Getting those guys to
yeah, but they make an excellent product, man. I mean, there's nothing like those G-Code holsters. I mean, they're just that's just it. I mean, they're not really good concealable holsters, but as far as tactical or something, if I was a cop or something, that's what I would have.
Yeah.
That link about that ammo's in the chat there if anybody wants it.
Okay. You know, you don't really think about it, but the AR-500, they were selling their little, you know, vest and all. Such did that video, and it wasn't no time that Southern Prepper won video. And by the time I called, they had almost a 2.5 month wait on getting and it turned into almost a 6 months wait because they ran out of carriers. They had the plates, they didn't have the carriers. So yeah, these guys doing that can make a big difference when they.
Oh yeah.
You know, none of you, nothing fancy and Southern Prepper One and a few. Man, they can.
There's a guy down the road from me that does cut. He has a computerized CNC, not a CNC, plasma cutter, and he gets that 4x8 sheets of AR-500 steel. He can cut it into any shape you want. If you want it to go on the match the back seat of your car, you know.
Man, that'd be cool.
You just put a sheet of AR-500 across the back seat, you know, in the trunk, so in case somebody's shooting at you, you know, you got at least your back end's bulletproof.
Oh heck yeah!
You know, so at least when you turn around and run and duck down, you actually have some cover. You know, or you could have it cut where to cover the headrest of just your seat. You know, so while you're driving, you know, anything coming in behind you would be deflected.
Well, anybody that's wanting to get that AR-500 and that carrier, I mean, that AR500.com has got it at a really good price, and I bought mine.
Oh, that price is unbeatable.
Yeah,
I
they,
mean, it's
that
that's the way to go, man.
well, and coat stuff. If they do that double coating on it, rubber plates and all, you know, they did some, you know, research on shooting that stuff, and it does pretty good getting all those fragments, you know. I mean, it takes a lot of hits to get that stuff to start splattering out of there.
Well, I haven't got any AR-500 body armor. I've got an AR-500 target out here. That I know it's some heavy stuff.
It is heavy, but I'm telling you what, during that time, if you had to venture out, man, your adrenaline's going to be pumping so hard, that's going to feel like a feather on you, you know?
Yeah, well, I've got some military ceramic plate, and I've got the which is just as heavy as the steel. So,
It's
and
close.
I got the soft body armor. Now, I think most of the time I would just wear the soft stuff, because 90% of what you're going to encounter is a bunch of bad guys with pistols anyway.
I don't know, with these ARs getting as short as they are, I'm saying a lot of people are going to be running around with, I mean, if you collapse that stock down, my rifle's pretty daggum small. I would...
You better not have an AR, because Tyler, I've seen him on Doomsday Preppers. He said he's going to come and take
Yeah.
Are you? Oh man.
He told you to keep stocking up. He wants you to stock up on your guns and everything, because him and his, man, my buddy's going to come back there. We're going to take all your stuff.
Can you believe that guy was that big of an idiot?
I think he did that on purpose, man.
I think they got him to do it.
Yeah, I think that's just scripted nonsense.
I think this Nat Geo thing's kind of piddling out, and they going, what can we do? What can we do to save it?
I ought to call up Sharp Entertainment and tell them, say, hey, I could be a better marauder than that guy.
You want to? Hey, y'all watch this.
I mean, look at that Doomsday Castle. They went in there and did that, and that was a joke. I mean, every one of those shows on that Doomsday
That was totally ridiculous.
Castle was a joke.
And that was pretty weird.
The only
If I could
was when the tractor almost fell over on the guy.
You know, I
Ding dong.
dusters, and I'd be like Clint Eastwood and marauder on my horse, you know, ride in through your door in your house and shoot everybody with my 6 shooters. You know, you don't think they put me on Doomsday again? Say, here's a. They wouldn't recognize me if I lost another 100, 150 pounds. Nobody say, who is that?
You know what they were to do?
Grow the beard, you know, wear the cowboy hat and everything, duster, just keep it down like this. Nobody knows who I am.
What they were to do is all these people say they're going to run out. They're going to run out and shoot everybody when that happens.
That was the marauder.
What they were to do is set some people. They were to set some people up at the range and start shooting the targets, and then have them slip out and start shooting back at them.
Man,
see how easy it is to hit that target.
That did that is going to be the first one squealing like a pig.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Hey, vapor lock.
Yeah, he's going to. I mean, they're going to. People are going to take him down, and he's going to be crying. You see, where I can't believe it. He's got a silly wife that would allow him to. I'm going to cut you open and remove the baby. No anesthesia. That's going to be rough.
Oh.
And he can't even got enough
Five.
brain cells to keep his mouth shut when he's not talking. He's always
Is that
like
your 5-year-old? Did you say?
This is my 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Here, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hey, what
Hello.
oh, he
we were
can't
talking about
hear
it
us.
last night. What's his name?
He can't hear us, can he?
Is this Wesley?
Yeah, we were
Hello,
talking
Wesley.
about him last night.
I put up some new shelves in the garage. He's been out there climbing the ladder and looking at the shelves. So, and we got the BB gun out and fired at the trash bag for a little while out there too.
Yeah, we could train him to be the next marauder. We'll put him on Doomsday Preppers.
He got a thick head of hair.
Yeah, you could be on there. Just say, I'm training my children to be marauder.
Yeah, I don't want to be on there.
Yeah.
No way.
Well, you wouldn't be. Your children would be. You just
Discovery Channel probably go for that.
All right, Wes. All right,
have
go
the
play.
kids running around with ninja swords.
Yeah, he shot his first rifle at the age of 4. So.
Wow.
He shot it, or you held it for him?
Well, we started out with him sitting in my lap, but by the time we finished, he was shooting it himself.
Cool.
Yeah. Just my little 22, my Marlin Model 60.
Yeah, but now can he break it down, clean it, put it back together?
No, not yet. But we were cleaning the AK and the 45 and stuff the other day. He helps, you know. He'll get the hang of it. I just try to include him in this stuff when I do it, so he'll get the hang of it.
That's good.
Cool. Very cool.
He learned how to use a socket wrench today when he's helping me put the shelves together. So.
Hey, all you people at the NSA that's watching this show right now on YouTube, comment, give us a thumbs up now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was at the last gun show. There was an ATF booth there, like, with 2 agents sitting there.
That's becoming pretty common, isn't it?
Yeah, well, see, I was selling a gun, and so me and the guy, we stepped out of traffic, you know, just by a booth that had no traffic, and we worked out a price, and we're about to, you know, do the exchange, and I, like, look over, and there's 2 ATF agents staring at us. We're standing right in front of their booth.
They there for target practice.
So I immediately was like, are you a resident of the state of Ohio, and are you legally allowed to own this firearm?
Nice. There you go.
They ought to put him in one of those dunk tanks, make some money for charity.
That's pretty good.
I think next time I'm just gonna like go up there and like grab a chair and sit down and start talking to him about the Moonshiners show. Like, how do they get away with that?
There's somebody in the room there that just Gator said a guy got arrested because he was a felon and wasn't supposed to have guns. Well, if he was a felon and wasn't supposed to have guns, then the National Geographic or the Sharp Entertainment people, they should be in trouble too, because they enabled that. They were there and it was a party to him doing that. So, you know, it's like, well, if he's been arrested, Sharp Entertainment should be prosecuted.
Well, I thought he got arrested about drug charges or something.
No, he was convicted sex offender and felony sex offender, and he wasn't allowed to have guns in the state. So, anyhow, since National Geographic does so much background checking anyway, when they did me, they were asking all these questions and everything. It's like, what? I'm not telling you all. I'm not going to show you where everything is. I'm showing you where all my security stuff is. We'll talk about it, but I ain't going to show you where it's at. Heck, I might not even be here if things got that bad. Like I say, I go out there. I got enough fat. I can live in the woods for 3 months and come back out, be lean and mean like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and just come kick everybody's door down.
All I know is I come across your house and you're not there after SHTF, I'm not eating the food.
Yeah.
You better not. Anything left around liable to be booby trapped. I believe well might be poisoned, water, everything. May not even be a house left standing.
You know, you caught crap over that video, but I'm telling you, if everybody did that prep, all these people out here that say, "Oh, well, we'll just come over to your house," that'd stop a lot of that.
Yeah, I got that a lot.
You know.
Oh, why do you think I made it for? Because everybody was saying, "Oh, I'm just going to come over and take your stuff."
Yeah.
That was my response.
I'm just
I'll put some poison in the poison, and you won't know what it is.
My thing is just like your normal friends and stuff that know you prep. They're like, oh, well, if anything ever goes wrong, I'm going to come over to your house. And, it's like, that wouldn't be the best idea because...
Yeah, because you have more money than I do right now. You got a big old bass boat in your yard and a $40,000 car, and you're going to come to my house? You were told ahead of time that you need to put something back for your family, and you didn't do it. Poor planning on your part does not constitute emergency on my part.
Mm-hmm. My husband says that all the time.
People don't want to learn, too. Like, I had a friend, and he kept saying, oh, my sister gave me all this pork shoulder. I want to can it up. I'm like, well, you can borrow my pressure canner. And then we were at the thrift store that we stopped by, and they had a whole bunch of canning jars on sale. I'm like, get these. And he's like, I'm going to get new ones so I don't have to wash them. I'm like, well, you still have to wash them first.
Oh, my God.
And so then later we get back to my house. He didn't buy the jars. He's like, well, I was just hoping I could get a couple cases of jar and bring it over here and let you can it. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. You gotta do it. That's a lot of work, And it's, people don't, I don't understand why people won't, if you're not going to can all the time, at least learn how to can.
Well, and people don't realize how long it takes to cook meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Meat is a long time canning. It ain't like a 20-minute thing. I mean, it's like 45 minutes or 60 minutes. Just whatever. So yeah, I'm like you. You would have told him, said, yeah, bring it on over, and you could have had pork that night.
Yeah, I could have said, bring it over, and I'll can it up and give you a fourth of it.
Well, that's what I said. That's what I said earlier about the transportation, man. I said, even if you don't have a horse, it's a skill set you need to learn. Learn how.
Well, just all you got to do is go look at that videos of that guy, Think Like a Horse. He'll tell you a lot of stuff about horses.
Just watch the 30-second video of me in the wheelchair. A lot about it.
Is he done a video yet?
Who?
Think Like a Horse on you.
No, I don't know. I haven't been to his channel.
I figured he might.
He hasn't put out it.
I figured somebody would send it to him.
Well, I guess they haven't.
He said, now see, here's a classic example of somebody putting something behind a horse.
I don't know. He might like it.
Yeah. Now he says, now look, he was doing good right here when he went around this tree, but then he came by smiling, going a little fast.
That's a good boy, Mr. T.
And he says, now look right here. He said, Cleo.
Whoa. It's lucky I didn't say, whoa, damn it.
Yeah, I figured. I'm telling you, that guy's got some good videos. I like his videos. Did you see that one where he had that guy on there, and that guy got bit by that one horse, and that little horse kicked him?
Uh-huh.
He got hit and kicked.
That was funny.
That was really funny. That horse hit him right at the right time too, and then that other little one just nailed it.
There was some good teamwork there.
Yeah, he's like, he's a little pretty horse. Oh, boom! He getting up, didn't even know what happened to him.
Yeah, I'm subscribed to his channel. I don't think he's made any videos in a while, has he?
Yeah,
last one here a while back, but
last one I saw was when he had those fox hunters jumping over that.
Yeah.
Those guys were idiots, man. That was awful.
Well, yeah, he does that. He let one go one day ago.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I'm subbed. I don't know why I'm not getting any updates from it.
Well, I've been not getting updates from certain people.
He blocked me because he got an invite for a hangout.
Holy crap! That sucks.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he sent me a message. Hey, dude, I'm blocking you because I get an invite for a hangout.
What happened to Alvin's wall back there? Look on Alvin's picture. The guy. Well, I don't know. You just have to go through.
I'm gonna have to go to his channel and send them a message. Say, hey, would you critique my horse training video? And send them that 30-second video.
What is that back here? Oh, it's a curtain. It looked like a stain.
Yeah, I was looking at it like something had run down the wall. I'm like, what the heck? It is a curtain. No, I see it. I can make it out now. I was messed up. It's an illusion there.
Looked like poltergeist or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw him. But yeah, I mean, I like his videos. He does a lot of good videos. I mean, you got to admire. He's took time to learn horses.
Yeah.
Oh, he takes.
He's the one that got me to calling that girl out here that brought all these horses over. I call her a barn witch. She's a barn witch.
Boy, he don't let up off them women with pink horse saddles and you know.
Just because you wear a helmet doesn't mean you can go out and do stupid things.
Hey, did you
that
see?
helmet isn't going to save your life.
Them women on them horses there that day were taking those little flags and running them over. None of them know how to ride. I was like, I mean, I ain't even educated that much in horse riding, but every one of them were just, I mean, they were pulling that bit back just as hard as they could, and them poor horses couldn't lift their heads because they had that little restraint, you know. I was like, you know, somebody really ought to, if I would have been an announcer, I would have went off on them.
Well, I had another barn witch told me that that bit I was using on Cleo, that's not the proper bit. I said, no, it's the lightest bit I could find. Because if that's all it takes to control her, I don't need anything more.
Yeah.
It's the lightest thing there is, you know.
Have you ever seen that one where that tongue, he shows that tongue where that, he was pulling start on that bit, it almost cut that horse's tongue off. It like cut about halfway down into its tongue. And the veterinarian, the vet had took a picture of it where that bit was cutting. I mean, it had cut that horse's tongue half in two.
Well, when I was about 12 or 13, my mom got put in the hospital because she had, when they sold my horse, they got one of these walking horse stallions, and they were going to get into walking horses. So anyway, they put that big old long leverage bit in his mouth, you know, for show. And you're supposed to be very light with those. And anyway, the horse reared up, and she yanked back on it, and he went clean back over on it and put her in the hospital. Those type of bits are only used by very experienced riders because it's supposed to be so gentle that you just kind of put your hand like that, and the horse can feel it. And if you yank on it, it'll hurt that horse, and he'll let you know you're hurting him.
Did you see that guy that could jump off them horses before they'd flip over backwards? Now, that guy could. He was pretty smart. I mean, I didn't agree with like that other guy. I didn't agree with some of his
well, I had a motorcycle flip back on me, and I sure jumped off it before it came back too. Yeah. Look, there goes that motorcycle. I'm off of it.
But yeah, that horse stuff is, like you say, a person needs to know how to put a saddle on and at least get up on it and know how to ride.
Or how to rig a pack saddle, even if you're not going to ride it. You know, how to pack it with all your gear.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Make sure you get the weight on one side the same as the other. And
even a donkey can carry little things like I got out here in the field out here. Well, I haven't got it. That woman's got
little miniatures.
Horses and donkeys. They can take that 100-pound off your back and put it on their back.
Yeah, easily.
You know, that's a major step up. You know, where you only have to carry a small pack with your bare necessities in it, and then all your tools and heavyweight stuff are on the horse. So it makes you a lot faster and more mobile.
The only thing about those little miniature horses is, boy, they like to bite.
No, not really.
Shoot, my sister's got two of them. Them suckers, you turn your head, that joker will bite you just about as. I mean, if he can reach out and grab you and bite you, he'll bite you.
Well, just bring him over here for a few weeks. I'll break him from that.
I told my sister, I said, get some dang hot sauce and put on your shirt and back up there to him.
That won't do it. You need
Yes.
to. You got to think like a horse, man. You got to think like a horse.
I was a horse and I bet something hot, I wouldn't bite it again.
Well, you're better off just sitting there, and if he only does it when you turn around, and get you a mirror and sit there. And when you see him open his mouth, take a stick and whack the crap out of him.
I mean,
Don't beat him more than once, but you just have to. You just take a blackjack or something and slap him across the nose, and you got to do it just as soon as he opens his mouth. When you see him reaching his nose through there, just you got a mirror, just whack. Don't beat him or nothing, and then he'll step back, and the other one will try it, and you'll whack him. And then you wait a day, go out there again with your mirror, so you're turned around, and he thinks you're not seeing him. Whack! And after about a week of that, they'll quit that.
Yeah, my sister.
They're going to get popped every time they open their mouth.
My sister's more one of them people that don't wanna
Hurt them.
do anything to their horse. Yeah, they want to baby it.
And what did the guy think like? She needs to watch the guy think like a horse.
Yeah,
it tells you real quick. The horses are not babies.
Yeah, that may be something I do. I might find out her email address, and I might send her a few of his videos.
They are not dogs.
You know what? I'll text them to her. I'll take and go in on my phone.
Well, even Caesar. You ever watch the Dog Whisperer? The dogs have the same problems where people go, but then they won't add a little, bam, stop that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Boss Jack. I can kill you. I go, look, somebody's going to call it the Humane Society on me now.
At least you ain't choking your chicken.
Oh yeah, she's in all kinds of pain, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh.
More enjoying it.
Yeah, she's enjoying the attention.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing. Every time I start talking on the computer, she sits over here and stares at it. Like, pay me attention, pay me attention.
Well, her little face is getting wider and wider. My little dog's face is starting to, I don't know, about 25% of his face now is white. Yeah. What did you name this video?
TEOTWAWKI and SHTF. When do you think it will happen, and how and what? We covered that at the beginning. Most people here think it's going to be the economy.
Yeah, I seen the SHTF thing, but I didn't read it all.
I have this book, and it's called the Bible. And most people don't want to talk about what it says, but everything it says is coming to pass right now. Right before my eyes, I'm watching it happen, and it's like, why do you, how did these people know way back then that this was going to happen now? And it's all coming to pass right in front of us.
The old Daniel saw it, didn't he?
Yep.
He saw the future.
Daniel, Isaiah, they saw that thousands of years ago, They couldn't describe, they had descriptions of stuff. If you've never seen nothing but sheep and stuff, how would you describe a helicopter?
Yeah, a big flying locust.
Yeah.
With a face like a man.
Yeah, spit fire out and stuff. All right, whatever.
I don't know. I just know that if a person can put up a little food, hopefully we can get through what. Well, God told us that, His people wouldn't be hurt,
No, he didn't say we wouldn't be hurt. We
not by His fault, no.
We wouldn't go through the wrath. We will go through the wrath.
There you go.
Yeah, we will be prosecuted.
We'd be prosecuted by man, not by God.
We're already being persecuted right now.
Persecuted.
Right now, in this country. All the churches being forced to, you got to marry them guys or them girls.
Well,
right.
well, not only that, but you saying a prayer at a high school football game.
Yeah.
Now they're saying now you can't do that. Now
Yeah.
they're saying you can't do this. Well, you know what? If I was at a football game and if I was in the stands and I was the parents, I would stand up and say the Lord's Prayer. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what can they do?
Yeah, well, they can't do anything to you, and then you get everybody joining in,
Yeah.
and then everybody stops down on the field, and they can't get in trouble. I mean, you
I
know.
mean, that's your freedom of speech, you know. So I don't.
Oh, they would try to. They'd say you're just
Oh yeah,
disrupting the game.
But you know, I mean, there's some point in time we've got to say, okay, well now that's getting a little too far. We got to stop it. And look, they keep saying, well, the SEO will sue us. Well, you know what? It's about time for one of these really rich, you know, people that's Christian to stand up and say, well, let them sue us. You know, I got a set of lawyers too.
Maybe we don't have any rich Christians. Who knows?
They're out there. It's just.
I mean, like real born again Christians. Who knows?
If they were real born again Christians, they would be following what the Bible says, and that they would have to do something about it.
Yeah, they will go and you have done something. So we probably don't have any of them.
Well,
when you have great wealth, great things are expected of you. When you
God,
great rewards, He expects you to do great things. And if you don't, come Judgment Day, you're going to have to explain why you didn't do nothing about it. He said, I gave you the power to do it. Why didn't you do something? I gave you the power. I gave you the wealth. Why didn't you do something about it?
Too much to see. How does it go? To whom much is given, much is expected.
There's somewhere in there something like that.
Yeah.
That's why I can't be a preacher. I can't recite exactly where it is, but it's in there.
Yep.
That's one of Jesus' things, so that's in the New Testament.
Excuse me.
But at some point in time, we got to do something, and I mean, it's getting toward that time.
Hey, frugal prepper, have you ever eaten these things?
Hang on.
Throw the cigarettes away and get you a case of these. That way you always have something. And this is low carb. It takes you like at least even if you go all day at this, if you stayed up 24 hours, it would take you 24 hours to eat this bag.
Yeah, you're going to have to get the non-salted.
I always get the kernels, but yeah.
No, that doesn't. That's
I got me one of those e-cigarettes today.
There you go. There you go.
So it said it equaled 2 packs. So I was like, that should last a couple of days. And like 2 hours later, it was empty.
Yeah, so, you need to talk to Robert about that kind of stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't.
Robert over here, the guy with the dog. He does the vaping.
Yeah, I need to get one of those like good ones that you can refill.
Yeah, he could turn you on how to do that stuff.
Well, you're not supposed to. It says you got
cut all the nicotine out too.
Doesn't mean you're supposed to go.
I didn't. Like, I smoked what I thought would have been the equivalent of 3 cigarettes. It was just like empty. So I don't know if this is just a sucky one or.
Nicotine.
Well, it's got nicotine in it. I could feel the nicotine rush. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. When you only supposed to take one drag is 1 cigarette.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's the problem, man.
Yeah, because you got the nicotine rush. Yeah.
Said you felt your heart kind of.
That was probably why I was like, "Wow, I feel that nicotine. I'm getting a headache."
What you want? Go tell them.
Nah, but
So I smoked the equivalent of 2 packs in like a couple hours.
Yeah,
I hope that takes effect for you. I mean, I hope you were able to switch over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying. Like you guys were saying last night. I want to be around for my kids. I want to see my grandkids. My dad died when I was like 18. So
yeah, that little 5-year-old you held up a while ago, he means more than that cigarette.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yep.
It's hard because every time you go to the gas station, there's a big giant display of your favorite
Well, believe
drug of
me,
choice. You know.
I was dipping, and I was doing at least 2 cans a day, sometimes more. And decided that I didn't want my grandkids to see me without a lower jaw. And within 1 week, I went from 2 cans to nothing.
That's just.
Well, the reason I'm telling you about this is it keeps you busy. I mean,
Yeah,
it's kind of kernels. It doesn't keep you busy. It just keeps you. It gives you something to do. You won't gain any weight off of this because you just can't get enough out of it, and that'll help you get off cigarettes. That and chewing.
What's the sodium like in them now?
You
Don't
can
worry
get
about that until you get off the cigarettes.
well. You can
Well, no,
get
I have extremely high blood pressure. I'm highly restricted on sodium.
yeah. You can get the non-salted.
Not these you can't. These are all
Yeah. You can get sunflower seeds that don't have salt on them.
not the jumbo.
Maybe I'll just throw out some
Maybe
sunflower
not
seeds in my
jumbo.
garden and grow a bunch.
Yeah, my son eats the ones that's non-salted.
You get off the cigarettes and your blood pressure is going to go down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because that cigarettes is
little
restricting
salt,
your blood,
no
is
cigarettes.
restricting blood vessels. Yeah, I mean seriously, I mean if you put your mind to it, you can do it pretty quick.
But you might as well expect you're going to continue to have cravings for years.
Yeah.
But you know, that's something I don't have no cravings. If I see somebody chewing it, very seldom do if I ever seen anybody. The only thing that bothers me is like when somebody pulls out some Levi Garrett or something, I smell it, chewing tobacco. But I mean, I don't have no cravings for it because I know what the future can handle if I get on it again. I could be standing there looking at my little granddaughter and her thinking I'm a monster because I don't have a lower jaw, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, you know. I mean, it'd be
If
bad.
if those disposable or those ones you got, those e-cigs, if they don't do it for you, don't give up on those because I mean those aren't really that good. You can get a true battery, a tank, and man, the flavor you get is much better.
Yeah, I was looking at one called I don't know if it was like a Go something twist or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's what I'm thinking I'll try next. So my thought was like, well, if this is equal to 2 packs, I'll try this first and see what it does. But
right.
And I get, I don't know if one hit would equal a cigarette for me, but a few hits did. So I don't,
You might want to go to that website too that's trying to help get people stopped. They're doing a deal where they're helping buy some of the supplies to help you stop.
Oh, that's cool. Is that right?
Yeah, I've seen it advertised.
That's awesome.
And it's a thing that's supposed to, if you're smoking, I think it is put out by people that actually sell cigarettes. So,
hey, I've got some tanks that I'm not using, man. If you buy that battery stick, I'll send you these tanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no problem.
That's cool.
Yeah, and Robert's a cool guy, so
I don't know. I ain't never seen nothing but a dog.
That's a good little puppy.
It's like, I know.
Mouth used to move on the dog, mouth and the eyes.
Yeah. Google screwed that up for him, didn't he, Robert?
I'm sorry. What's that?
Didn't Google screw it up where your eyes and your mouth couldn't move?
Oh yeah, man, I can't figure it out. David's still works, so I don't know. I've got some kind of conflicting software that I can't figure it out. But I think David's will still work.
I don't know. Let me see. Let me switch to integrated webcam.
Man, I don't know how many people message me on YouTube asking me, how did he get that bottle to do that?
I know, and I wish it would still do it, man.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's some kind of program that he's got that does it.
Maybe I could uninstall it completely or something and read.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, there's my integrated camera.
It is pretty cool, right?
And now I got to find the.
You know what surprises me is Robin ain't on here.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard.
Did you
for a couple days?
Can you? I don't know. Two.
You haven't
Well,
seen
we
him in a
four
few
right,
days either.
we 4 right now. So, well, you know, he said he was moving and all that. I don't know if he's got internet at his house yet.
No, he was in his apartment and talking to us one night.
Was it? I wonder if he was using his phone or if he was using the. Because he said something about we're coming to install the internet.
Well, it looked like he was using the internet because it wasn't the phone he was on.
Huh. Well.
I mean, he took his computer and swung it around, showed everybody the apartment, everything.
Yeah.
Even showed Lindsay, and everybody waved at her.
Okay, well, maybe he's got it down then, because I know one. Well, it's been probably 4 days ago when we talked about the chat that night. We stayed up about 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him probably in about a week and a half. I'll tell you one other thing that's I'm curious about. Main Prepper, I haven't seen a video or even his talk show in about 3 weeks now.
Oh, now, if you went
trying to get maple syrup.
Did you actually go look at his channel? Because I don't get any of his updates. I have to go actually to his channel.
Well, last time I went to his channel, it showed the last video that he had posted.
Okay. Because I let it go for about a half a month or a month, and then I go check his videos out. And I'll have like 4 videos out, and then I'll just watch all of them at once.
Yeah, he was putting them out literally weekly, that and a talk show.
I just wondered if he was having some health problems there, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't looking good that one day.
Looks like his last one was 2 weeks ago. Food shortages pending.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the last one I saw.
But it says he's been active within the last week, so he's commented or done something within the last week.
Okay. It'd be cool if, you know, if people knew people and, you know, if something happened, they could get out. Sometimes they do, but.
Well, he don't want people knowing him because he's a real private person.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if Patriot Nurse put out a video, you know.
No, my webcam thing won't work at all, period, on that.
There's your kitty cat.
It's not me, is it?
Yeah, that's you.
Well,
you're a fluffy.
On the thing here, it says it's not working.
We see it.
Yeah, you got a fluffy little pretty kitty cat.
Yeah, it won't let me choose anything.
You know that the main prepper, man, as good a shape as he's in right now. I bet that cat was something else in his prime.
Yeah. But you know, the good thing about him, he has good, strong morals, you know. I bet he didn't do anything he didn't have to do to somebody.
Yeah.
I bet if he had to do it, he just did it and went on. If he didn't, and he could talk to him, and you know, then we'll work it out that way. He seems like
then a rocket launcher went off beside his head, and that was the end of that.
Well, he was in the last thing that happened to him, he was in one of them Humvees, and something happened, rolled it or something.
What was that?
Or maybe
you kind of cut out there.
I didn't hear about that. The last one I heard was when he had that problem with his truck.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was in one of those Humvees, and they went by one of them EID. What is it?
IED.
Yeah, went off, and that's what done it.
That's what got him.
Yeah, that's what I thought he said, but I could be wrong. You know.
Well, he ended up
hold me to that.
I think you're right.
He ended up having to replace that front bumper, and he
that
a video on that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it seems like main prepper would be the ideal candidate for a horse and buggy.
Yeah, he don't need to out on the road. He gonna get himself killed, you know.
Mhm.
Because he said he looked right out there and didn't see no car and pull right out, you know.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I know I brought it up 2 or 3 times before, but man, that shop he built.
Oh yeah,
awesome.
It is, dude. That is bulletproof, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see an update. You know, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, he did it right.
So
There's no
somebody
doubt
run up
about
there
it.
and check on him. Who in the room's closest to Maine?
I'm probably the furthest away.
I'm
Well, I
farther.
don't know. Yeah, you're a little further than me, ain't you?
I'm not showing up at his house unless I get hold of him and be invited. You know.
Yeah, he doesn't like that.
Every once in a while, you meet one of those people. Like, if you ever have a conflict with them, you're just gonna run the other way and be like, "Please don't kick my butt." He's one of them.
Remember that story he told about the UPS guy that
Yeah,
was used
Yeah.
to just delivering everything, you know?
Coming inside the house, putting it on the
Oh
kitchen
man.
table.
Oh dude, I bet that was a touch and go situation right there.
But you know, when you live in a little community like that, that guy's probably, he might have been the pastor of the church, you know. And the UPS thing, you know.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I'm sure he's talked since then, and they're probably a whole lot more.
The UPS guy isn't supposed to deliver inside the house.
Yeah, but you know how small towns are. I mean, everybody knows everybody, and
yeah, my UPS guy, man, he's.
I mean, the UPS guy might be
coffee, and I mean.
I used to have a single UPS guy. Now they change every time they come back.
Yeah. My brother-in-law works for UPS, and he would, I mean, if somebody invited him in, he probably would go in, and he's got keys to all kinds of offices and some people's houses that have businesses out of their houses, you know, so that he can put the stuff inside.
Yeah.
So, you know, it just depends on how long they've been on the route.
Right,
and who trusts them, you know.
My guy, man, he's very professional. That I don't know, man. I just trust him, you know.
Yeah, I've had my UPS guy now for probably close to 8 years. He's been delivering, same guy. Now, FedEx is one that you might get any delivery. You might get one of those little, I mean, a guy in a pickup truck. You might get one of the little bigger vans. You might have one of the huge big vans come. You just don't know, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of funny. I mean, like one day I got something and a guy pulls up in the pickup truck and it's got FedEx on the side of it. He opens the camper thing up, gets my stuff out, hands it to me, and when you know, I'm like,
well, like FedEx Ground is a whole different company, and like FedEx Ground, the guys actually own their trucks and they're contracted labor. They run their truck as their business. So that's a whole completely different company from like the regular FedEx.
Really, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I kind of figured that was the case.
And the big truck drivers that run for FedEx Ground are the assholes of the highway. They think they own the road.
But like what FedEx Freight used to be one of the other trucking companies, I forget. But FedEx Freight is like it was like ABF Trucking or something, I think. Before.
Do y'all have DHL now anywhere up there? That company that came in.
Yeah.
DHL closed down in Ohio, didn't they?
I thought they did, but they delivered them.
I did hear that they got bought out or something.
Yeah, because their truck. Yeah, because they were huge.
They were an inefficient company.
Yeah.
It was crazy the way they operated.
Yeah.
Well, I had them deliver once, and I didn't like them.
Yeah, same here. One time. That was it, and it was from Nordstrom's, and it was.
They do like all of our deliveries. Like if I have a warranty on a server and it dies, and they have a 4-hour replacement to bring a motherboard or something out, DHL does all that stuff for us still.
How many people have quit using Amazon since they started with the sales tax thing?
Not me, man.
Not me.
I'm still there, buddy.
Are you still using?
I'm locked in.
I haven't noticed the sales tax.
It's still a better deal.
Now they ain't got the best prices anymore.
Well, see here.
They don't, but I mean,
gasoline to go run and get it.
Exactly.
Well, here they tell us when I check out, it's 0 taxes, and then at the end of the year they send you a form telling you got to pay tax on whatever you bought that year.
Man, I wish I had that option.
When you fill your taxes out, and
if
it's under a certain amount, you don't even have to pay it.
Everything that I buy on Amazon, if I look it up look it up on Google, I'll find another company that has it lower price than Amazon, and they'll ship it free too.
Yeah, I've been finding like Amazon's prices have been going up. If you don't shop.
Yeah. Well, and
I
not
don't
only
know.
that,
I
on
guess the
Amazon
way I look
itself,
at it. Oh, I'm
you know,
sorry. Go
you'll
ahead.
Yeah, well,
even on Amazon itself, you'll find different. I mean, if you just keep looking down there, I go to an item and then I start looking at the bottom down there where they list all the other items.
Right.
Sometimes you can end up getting it like $10 cheaper. You know,
Oh yeah.
just by
Oh,
going
no
down there
doubt.
and clicking that one, then
I'll tell
look
you how
down
you
there
get it
and
even
click
cheaper than
that.
that. Just cut and paste the item that you're looking at into Google and
Yep.
look at all the other companies that are selling it somewhere else.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's no doubt.
Like
The
that,
only thing
and
that I'll
sometimes you can go to
say,
eBay and it's cheaper there.
that Speedy Stitcher, the lowest price on Amazon is $11.50, and the time you add taxes and all like that, it comes up to 12 something. I can go on Sportsman's Guide and get the same exact thing for $7.99, and it's so light it qualifies as dollar shipping. So there you go.
Well, that's
the only
good.
thing that I'll say to stick up for Amazon is their customer service. I mean, if you have any kind of issue, period, you
Yep.
got a new one in 2 days, period.
Yep.
I don't care
Exactly.
what it is. They don't. I mean, they don't mess around. I mean, no questions.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you
that
could
chip-
even they're even so. I don't know if I should use the word laxed but you could even be deceptive about it, and they still you would get another one. You know, they just send it right out.
that mini. Yeah, well, that mini SD card I was supposed to get from China that I never got, they took care of it like 2 days afterwards. They contacted the seller, and the seller never contacted them back. So 2 days later, they have my money back in the bank, you know,
Yeah.
and give me a $10 gift card on a new one. And then I ended up buying one from Amazon that they had at their place, and I had it within 2 days, and I only paid like $6 more than the one I could have bought in China. So.
Yeah. And I mean, you gotta factor in too. If you're a Prime member, you get that monthly, you know, the videos and the ebooks and all that. That's included. So, I mean, that's $10 a month right there.
Yeah, that's the only thing I like about Amazon now. I'm thinking about dropping Netflix.
I haven't messed with the Amazon Prime and the television stuff. I just do that.
I haven't either.
It's very good. I mean, you'd be surprised.
They're getting close to rivaling Netflix right now.
Yeah.
Somebody
Well,
said
the
that
only
they're.
thing I have to worry about is do they have Star Trek reruns? As long as they got that, I'm cool.
Yep, they got Star Trek reruns.
All right.
I mean, it's good quality.
Yeah, somebody said their Prime's going up.
Will it work on the
it went up.
Rokus?
It's going to be $100 now instead of
Yeah, I
$75.
was getting ready to say.
They're
You know,
going
I was
up.
telling you that about that.
Does anybody
Thank
use
you.
it with a Roku?
I'm not sure. I know that the Amazon's included in a lot of the smart TVs and stuff. So I would assume that it's probably.
I'll have to check and see.
But I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
One of the last problems I had was I ordered a Roku box from Amazon, and of course you have to contact Roku, and of course they're in like India, and I had a hell of a time with that one.
That's funny you say that. Now Dell now offers a separate customer service package that you can pay for to have North American. Yeah, you pay extra.
You can talk to Canadian.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm an IT director, and we went through another PC replacement recently, and I shopped around, and the best I could find, because I looked at support, was Lenovo. Their support's based out of Georgia.
Yeah, everybody says that they're getting.
They got excellent support, and like even if I know that what's bad, I just call them and say I need a new power supply, and they'll just ship it to me, or they'll send somebody out.
What's the name of the company?
Lenovo. It's Lenovo.
That used to be
like
IBM.
the Chinese part of IBM, yeah.
My son's got one of their computers. He said that their customer service is great.
Are those a pretty good quality computer?
I found them to be excellent. I mean, I put like 110 of them in and had no bad ones.
Really?
No failures. Yeah, they've been in for about 6 months and I've had no problems. So.
Are they a pretty good priced computer? I mean, I understand it all depends on what you're going to put in it, but
they're a tad bit higher. You know, like maybe $50 more than the Dell equivalent.
Okay.
Well, shoot, the support would be worth it.
Oh, absolutely.
And like I know, we of course put in desktops, not laptops, but you know they're just made like the cases are heavier gauge steel. And since I do board level repair, I can look at a board and be like, yeah, they put good components on there, not the absolute cheapest crap they could find. You know, they're just built well.
Is anybody checking the YouTube questions or anything?
I was till I started looking up Lenovo.
Perfect Circle asks, what are your Americans' opinions about preppers in Europe? Any thoughts about that?
You guys
That's
are
what I
screwed.
want to know.
Well, they were preppers before we even thought about being preppers.
Who is that?
Yeah, you got it right.
In Europe?
Perfect Circle. Perfect Circle.
I think the more food he can put up, the better.
Yeah, well, the Mormons were prepping before prepping became cool.
That's right.
Hey, and you can get a lot of freeze-dried food from them for about half of the price that you can buy those items anywhere else.
Yeah,
they are good.
Nah,
when I was there in Nashville, I didn't see any freeze-dried food at the Mormon place.
Well, me and my wife sat down today and checked out some of the stuff that Walmart offered, and Walmart was higher on just about everything except for that white hard wheat. You know.
I'm ordering some of that on payday.
Yeah.
Now,
their apples are really good, and their potato flakes are great.
Well, those aren't freeze-dried.
But to be honest, I don't know what country Circle is in, but over here in the Netherlands, most of them are just saying to be prepper, but they're just like hobbyists in reality.
What are the gun
They're really
laws
not
like
doing
in
much
the
here.
Netherlands?
They suck.
That's the thing. I saw like there was some series. I think it was a BBC show or BBC show. And it was like a end of the world thing. I think it only lasted one season, and like, you know, one guy had a pump action shotgun and another guy had a double barrel shotgun, and that was all the guns. And I kept thinking like, these people need an AR-15, man. You know, it's like that would be the most frustrating part for me. Like trying to prep over there would be not having not being able to have a decent rifle.
Well, you just learn how to make bombs.
Well, yeah, you gotta make that like choice. Like, are you gonna be legal or not?
Yeah.
After prep hits the fan, you just find the cop, you know, and you sneak up behind him. Take his gun.
And I think most people
we're
are
live. That was a joke, everybody. I just been sarcasm. I'm not telling anybody to go out there and sneak up behind a patrol car on the side of the road and take the cop out.
But now I did hear that the Mormons are going to raise their price.
Really?
Yeah, they said.
When?
I'm not sure. I just heard it. One of the ladies that is kind of up there said, I guess it's like a president or whatever they call the head guy. Is saying they're going prices are going up. So
there you go.
They done did one price increase here just a while back, and then they're going to do another. But you know, usually I looked at some of the stuff; it actually came down from the old price list. A few things came down, but yeah, I'm going to try to get. My wife's getting ready to have 2 weeks off for spring break. We're going to try to make a list up, see if we can call down there. And get that, we can go in and, you know.
Oh, nice. You gonna make a trip?
Pick up some. Yeah, I'm gonna try to pick up some like the onion flakes, you know, the dry onion, you know, some stuff like that.
Well, there is one in Ohio. I think it's up for around Cleveland. One of those Latter-day Saints, you know, canneries.
Mike Meadows is watching us at work. Mike, you need to get off the YouTube and get back to work. Working, not playing on the computer.
I tell you, people really shouldn't knock freeze-dried food unless they tried it. I mean, it's. I had a chicken and dumplings tonight actually for my dinner, and man, it was good.
Yeah, I'm like you. I mean, SHT situation, it don't matter what it tastes like. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
as
yeah.
long as it can give you some nutrition, and I mean, yeah, I might be eating beans and rice, but at least I'll be eating.
Stock up on some spices, make it,
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And have seeds to grow your own spices.
Yeah. Well, see, me and my wife,
key.
We've took Dollar Tree has those spices, and we've went in and bought just tons of spices, and then we get a lot of them at Sam's. I'm like you, spices make rice taste a whole lot better.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's a totally different thing, I mean, Well, I mean, think about it. Back in the day, man, thousands of years ago, the way they traded spices, I mean, that was almost an equivalent to gold,
Yep.
It makes a big difference.
And stock up on a variety of seeds. I mean, not just your normal things. I mean, where you can grow different herbs and dry those and things like that. I mean, that you wouldn't necessarily, I don't know, get different kinds of seeds as well.
Yeah, well, Walmart.
You have a variety.
Yeah, well, Walmart. If you look at Walmart, they have seeds on there.
Well, like I grow a lot of my own stuff in the garden. Like I've got chocolate mints, my chives, basil, and this stuff. Like a few bags of this lasts forever because it's got so much flavor when you grow it dry. This is stevia here, which I can use that to sweeten my coffee. Yeah. I just take these and grind them up and mix them right in with the coffee grounds and brew sweet coffee.
There you go.
But yeah, I think spices are easy to grow, and
if you're going to quit smoking, you need to quit drinking coffee because usually you have a cigarette with your coffee, don't you?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I can give up coffee, man.
Kill the caffeine. That'll help you quit the cigarette.
Yeah.
Make sure you get a hold of me, man. On those tanks. I'll send them out to you. I mean, I'd love to see it. Dump them cigarettes.
Yeah, I'll try to dump the cigarettes, but I don't think I can give up the coffee or the green pop. Yeah.
Well, I quit chewing tobacco about a half hour ago, but I already started again.
You just took a break.
How you doing,
I
Alvin?
got me a troll in the room. Oh.
Where do you see the comments at?
You have to go to YouTube. Open up another page.
How have you been, Alvin?
You're muted. There you go.
I've been good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. I haven't heard from you in forever.
Yeah. Well, he sent me an invite, so I figured I'd show back up.
That's been probably, 6 months, 8 months ago?
Man, it's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, I just figured he didn't want me around, so I didn't bother him anymore. After that religious discussion we had, what can I say?
What religious discussion?
Oh, memory failure.
You got to...
I mean, I have so many discussions, man. It's like, which one?
Well, you sent me an invite, so I figured I'd show back up.
I said, if you're one of my acquaintances on Google Plus, you got an invite.
Yeah. Well, I just figured he didn't want me around, so I didn't bother him anymore. After that religious discussion we had, what can I say?
Somebody's got the YouTube.
Yeah. Alvin, you got the YouTube plan?
Or is it free?
I don't. No.
Okay.
That was me. I'm sorry. I didn't.
Okay.
I refreshed the page.
Yeah, it don't bother me. Anybody that comes in here, I'm kind of like a lot of people. I don't mind if you're Mormon, atheist, whatever. I mean, all I can tell you is what I believe in, and you know, if you change your mind, you change your mind. If you don't, you don't.
Hey, that's the way it is in life.
Most
We ought to
people,
get
when they
along
start dying, they
regardless.
become Christians all of a sudden.
Especially if some.
Oh God, oh God.
You're out in Arizona, right, Alvin?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been by many a car wreck where people thought they were going to die, and all of a sudden they become Christian.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Well, like I say, we all believe different. I mean, everybody's got their, and you know, you can't knock one person. I mean, I've talked to Buddhists before, you know, and stuff, and I mean, nice people, you know, they just believe different what I do, you know, so.
Yeah.
Don't mean that I have to dislike them, you know. They still a brother and sister. They just don't believe the way we do, you know.
They're good folks.
Yeah, I mean,
Like passive.
yeah, I mean, you gotta, you know, you gotta hand there, you know, trying to spread their religions like the Christians do theirs, you know. You can't fault a man for trying, you know, if he believes in what he believes in.
For me, it ain't a matter of belief. It's written in the book.
Well, that's it. That's me.
It's right there. Where everything's happening is happening.
Well, I mean, we do everything on faith, you know.
Predicts what's going to happen in the future.
What do you mean what's going to happen in the future?
Well, the Christian Bible is the only religious book that predicts future events that actually come true.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
The smooth grid or grind, he really needs to be booted.
He has.
Okay.
They're being stupid.
He's not. What do you say? How do you say it? Posting any further?
He doesn't have that luxury anymore, huh?
Yeah, smooth grind. Isn't that Yankee Prepper's new name? Got the coffee thing going on.
So how have y'all been?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, I've been pretty good, hanging in there.
I've been trying to figure out how to reload shotgun shells.
There you go.
That's about the easiest thing in the world right there.
Well, I'm confused because like I have all these different. I have like a big case of powder, and they're all different brands, and I don't know if they're like the same. But each one of them say like, "Oh, read the manufacturer's recommendations," and you know, it's like, I don't know.
Did he have a reload book with that?
Yeah, he has a couple different ones. Yeah.
The nice thing about shotgun reloading is when you get to where you put in the pellets, you can put other stuff in there, you know.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, buddy.
Well, I want to get a set of 16 gauge ties so I can make some 16 gauge buckshot, but I'm going to try to figure out. I literally had like 5 big trash bags full of empty shells. I don't know how many of the wad things, but like, 50 bags. It just like a big giant thing full of powder, and I've got 2 reloaders, so I gotta figure out what to do with all this stuff. I'm just gonna reload them all and have a crap load of shotgun ammo. But they were from my father-in-law, and he used to trap shoot, and so he reloaded a lot.
Well, like you say, at least if you put buckshot in those things, that would be something you'd be able to barter with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think like the shot he has now is like he's got some like 5 through 8 number shot, and I don't think that's very effective once you get out to a distance. It's like a defensive round. So I'll probably have to get like some either double aught or single aught buckshot.
I know I got about 100 rounds of that. Was it Winchester XPS? I think it's Winchester. It's got the 3 pellets and the slug in it.
Yeah. XPD or something.
That's some pretty cool stuff. Yeah.
I figure whatever I shoot with that, if it's still coming after I empty 8 rounds of that into it, I'm going to die anyway.
I saw some stuff at the gun show that had like 2 lead balls with this razor sharp chain connecting the 2 of them that was supposed to like twirl in the air.
Yeah.
What gun show did you go to?
Oh, Bill Goodman's in Dayton.
Oh, okay. I thought you were. Are you from Dayton area?
Yeah, I'm from Springfield.
Okay. Well, in fact, I work for Miami Valley Shooting Ground. They own the one. They have the one range there in Springfield too.
Yeah, we were out at the one in Vandalia shooting the AK and some other stuff a couple weeks ago.
You mean Vandalia Armory?
No, that I think in the Miami Valley shooting grades technically.
Okay, that's where I work at Miami Valley.
The Vandalia Armory told me I couldn't shoot an AK in the rifle range because they're too inaccurate.
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe yours is.
Do what now?
The difference is ours is outdoor range, and you can shoot basically anything you want to. Now, if you go indoor, it's pistol only and under 45, 45 or under, no magnums.
What'd they say, Frugal?
They said the AKs are too inaccurate, so they won't let you shoot them in their rifle range.
What a load of crap.
But I never been to the Miami Valley shooting grounds before, and it was just I had a wonderful time. It was a beautiful day.
Right.
And you pay once, you get to shoot as long as you want. You can go get lunch and come back and shoot some more. Right. It had plenty of time to sit down, explain everything, talk to the kids, make sure they're doing stuff right. You're not in a hurry. I
think you were out there on the weekend, weren't you?
Yeah, I don't know if were you over when we were over on the pistol range or over on the.
That's where I usually work. I work the pistol range primarily.
Yeah, me and my older son were over there shooting a 25 and a 45.
Yeah, I think I remember you.
One of the reasons I'm probably wind up selling this place is because there's too many neighbors moving around and I won't be able to shoot anymore. So that's why one of the reasons I think about moving up on the Cumberland Plateau somewhere. Not only would it be cooler and drier, which I hate humidity and heat, it would be, I want to go someplace where I can walk out my back door and if I want to pop off, sit out there buck naked in my lounge chair shooting the shotgun.
Yeah, you actually wouldn't even want to go to Vandalia Armory if you've got for example, a good rifle and you've got it scoped in, you've got it doped in the way you like it. First thing they're going to do when they go down there, you're going to stick a little laser in it, and they're going to readjust your sight according to their laser, or they won't let you shoot it there.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I had a problem with them in their indoor range not too long ago, and I'm actually partially deaf in one ear now because of it. And it's because when they have the 2 doors, and before somebody opens that second door, you're supposed to make sure everybody has their hearing protection on. Well, the instructor just walked it. The actual range master guy just walked right on through, and I hadn't had my ears on yet, and there was somebody shooting one of those great big, I don't know, 454 Casals or something out there, or what is it?
You got to be standing right beside something like that to go deaf.
Well, it essentially was right beside me. He's right outside the door in that lane, and it rang my ears.
Those doors are real close to the lanes.
I mean, you can hear that gun. It's you feel it in your chest when somebody's shooting one of them big ones out there. I hate that.
Oh, that's the mostest funnest part. I like to be as close as I can to the stick of dynamite when I'm setting it off without getting hurt.
But seriously, I have a constant ringing in that ear now, and permanent hearing loss.
That's called.
I will tell you one thing about Miami Valley. I do not recommend anybody go into that indoor range. That indoor range has the worst ventilation system, and they don't change those lead gathering filters.
Oh, okay.
And you go in there sometimes, it's instant headache, so I don't even go in the damn thing myself.
They don't even trim their horses' hooves either, do they?
No.
No, but they got horses. My wife was over there talking to the guy riding horses. Yeah.
Well, he never rides them.
This wasn't 500?
There was a guy riding one horse, and then she was over there petting another one the one day we were out at the rifle range.
I've never ever seen anybody ride them out there.
Huh.
Maybe it was a different horse.
Could be. Those horses sure are used to gunfire.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. They don't even flinch.
Yeah. Well, apparently they don't take care of their hooves or nothing either.
They don't take care of them, period. Well, they feed them, and that's about it.
Well, that's all right. You'll take care of them, won't you?
Yeah, right.
Get out there and start working them and running them around, and
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, you'll be in good shape. You'll be losing weight just like me.
Well, I tell you, I've got a lot of weight to lose. I wish I could.
Well, get out there and work them horses. They'll work it right off of you.
Mm.
That's my exercise program.
You have to keep in mind, my experience with a horse is limited. The only horses that I ever rode a lot were the ones you put a dime in.
All right. Well, just go on YouTube. Just go on YouTube and watch that thing.
I mean, I've been on paints and palominos and all kinds of stuff. But I used to love to do that when I could get an extra dime, you know. But
Myers
even got on Stagecoach.
Yeah, I even rode a stagecoach.
Hey, anybody got a Smith & Wesson 500?
Nah,
Nope.
I don't.
I got a 629 Classic. That's about as close as I got.
Okay.
My favorite's 40s. I've always favored them and always will.
I'd like to have a Model 29 because it's a lot lighter.
Yeah.
It's lighter than 629.
Yeah.
The 44 Magnum, it doesn't have enough recoil. You don't need all that extra weight.
Mm.
In my opinion. I mean, I've shot a bunch of 44 Magnums. I like a 44 Magnum in a cowboy gun, about a 5-inch.
Oh, yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I'll tell
love
you,
that cartridge.
I love my 357 Magnum Derringer.
I need to get a...
Derringers aren't as much fun to shoot as like a Western. Western is the most fun pistol you can have. You can play with them and just tricks with them and everything. They're just fun.
I know. I won Ohio Western.
I need to get a
2 years
44
back.
Magnum lever action.
2 years back, used to shoot Western competition like that, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can sit around with an empty Western gun and just have fun just playing with it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I used to.
Man, they're comfortable. They're comfortable too, man.
Now, if I had money to waste on guns, I would already have a cart, and I wouldn't have water problems and everything else right now.
Get you a set of Vaqueros.
Yeah, pearl handle for Vaqueros.
Yep.
Big
Those
old
things are built like a tank, aren't they?
Yeah. You get it for a 44 Magnum and shoot 44 Special through it. I mean, it's like nothing. It's like you don't even feel the recoil.
Well, now, David, do you have an outdoor crapper on your property?
Yeah.
Is it in working order?
Yeah. Called the yard.
Why don't you invite a bunch of guys down to camp out and maybe give you a hand for a weekend?
There ain't nobody gonna come down here and give me a hand. I've asked if that everybody I talk to. I say, hey, why don't you stop by and give me a hand? No, ain't no one do it.
Well, you're only asking to the ladies.
Okay,
we ought to get a few guys here willing to come down on a weekend or something.
Yeah, David, you can make a bunch of finger sandwiches and.
Now we've run into a problem.
I ain't.
Hey, after
he told me he did the Golden Corral.
After the way he talks about digging at himself, I think I bring my own food.
How far away are you from Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, Dave?
About 170 miles.
Oh, I was gonna say, I could come down and then swing by there with the wife afterwards, but that's kind of far.
Well, it depends on how you get to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg.
Straight down 75 normally.
Well, now you go down 75 to 64, cut over to Louisville, come down 65 into Nashville, and then cut over. See, it's kind of a long way around, but you would drive right past my house that way.
Trying to think, Louisville's about 2.5 hours from here.
Is the international plant in Springfield, is it still open?
Yeah, but I think they're running like one shift in there only on weekdays. And last time I drove by, there's hardly any cars in the parking lot. It's not full like it used to be.
Man, that thing used to be booming.
I don't know. I think it's two things.
But that was a long time ago.
You know, the economy's crap right now, and there's not as many trucks on the road, number one.
Right.
You know, and I think they're just downsizing in general. Somebody said they weren't making tractors out of there, only straight trucks, but I see new tractors parked over in the parking lot beside there, so I don't know.
You know, you're talking about that. BMW is getting ready to spend $1 billion here, and they're going to start making another 2 or 3 cars. Going to hire another 800 people.
Hope they can find the people to buy them.
I only buy old cars that I can pay cash for now.
My son-in-law, he's right now working. They want him to work 7 days a week.
Wow.
They needing the cars out that bad. They're paying overtime like crazy trying to get those cars out.
Somebody wanted to know if you had a recommendation for a hand crank solar AM/FM radio. Just go to the Red Cross. They got them. And
Ground Dog is
really good one. Go CJ Crane. Usually sell some good stuff, but you're going to pay for a CJ Crane stuff.
Like you said, buy you a couple of them, not cheapos, but decently, and you always have one if the other goes out.
Yeah. I forgot, Eaton, I think Radio Shack sells those Eatons, but you can get them cheaper.
Yeah, radio.
But the CJ Crane one is a world radio. It has shortwave, and you can tune in, actually listen to the hams and everything else on it.
I got one of those old Radio Shack shortwave radios that uses the AA. It works pretty good.
Hey Dave, if there was an EMP, wouldn't it wipe out all the repeaters? I mean, as far as the guys that do it.
Yep, most of the repeaters would be gone.
Yeah, I mean, but like my repeater in Inglewood, you know, I have an extra Master 2 set up, ready to go with an extra controller, so I can swap most of that stuff out. And I've got some extra solar panels, and that's all in Faraday. So, I you know, it wouldn't be my top priority, but I get there.
Yeah, most people don't.
Have any of y'all seen that video where the guy did the trash can, and he put a radio in it, and he ended up at the end having to put some foil tape trash can lid to finally get all the, you know, to actually have a true Faraday cage. Like, he took a metal, you know, just a regular, I guess it's what, a 16-gallon metal trash can.
Wasn't my video, was it? That's what I ended up having to do.
Nah, it was some guy that's what he does. He has test equipment, and he does a lot of, you know, he's actually
you make sure the lid fits real tight first, and then
and then he's like I guess has a doctorate degree in engineering or something, videos or something.
Even if
you're talking about it,
even if it isn't a complete seal, it'll still reduce the amount of.
Oh yeah.
Well, I like all my real critical stuff. I double nest it, so I wrap it in foil, and then I use some of that like weather stripping for screen doors. That's like metal mesh and some foil tape to get a good seal. And I got it good enough to where if I put an FRS radio in there and then hit it from my handheld at 5 watts, it won't go off.
In that metal government case, and it's inside the trash can.
Yeah.
Blanket in there. And
that's pretty much he was talking about.
And then I put the trash can lid on, so it's double.
Are you going out to range tomorrow by chance?
Probably not. I gotta wait till I get some money. I'm waiting for payday.
He
probably next weekend.
He burns all his money up.
Well, my wife's got a new pistol coming, so when she gets that, we'll probably head out next weekend.
Oh my God, another gun terrorist here.
I didn't hear that last comment.
Oh no, I'm just joking. I said another terrorist with a gun, you know.
Yeah. My wife's gonna be a terrorist at that purple Ruger SR-22.
It's a government thing, so.
That's camouflage, isn't it?
Well, in New York, you'd be a terrorist because it holds 10 rounds.
The thing that really surprises me is the number of older people that are really scared about what's going on. They're really following the news. They're following preppers, different prepper ideology. They're really getting into it. Seems like the young people aren't.
They get bought
They're more
into
concerned about their iPads.
all these changes.
Well, young kids can't get their nose out of their darn iPhones and stuff like that, and text and sending videos and downloading movies, and I mean they're not, My son took, he's 27 years old now, and he's been with me from probably 20. He's been trying to, prep and get things ready and stuff. I mean,
the majority
there's some young ones, but not many.
My kids are into it.
Preppers are government workers.
Yeah, next time you come out to the range there, get with me. My name's Jerry. Just ask them if I'm out there on the pistol range. I work all the ranges actually, but I'm usually on the pistol one.
Okay.
I got some questions I'd like to ask you about radios.
Okay.
Hey, you got your extra class?
No, I am just a technician class, and I'm not big on HF. I have to tell you, I really like UHF, VHF, repeaters, short-range communications is my thing. I got plenty of extra class friends who are preppers around that I can get a hold of. So
I installed the biggest, most long-range repeater in the South, and that's the short mountain repeater here in Tennessee. I'm the one that put that in.
My dad used to manage the one in Dayton, the repeater out there.
Mine's in Inglewood. It's got a hat about, 170 feet. It's not a real high-profile repeater, but it's what I got.
The short mountain one I put in is like at the top of the tower. It's 2,500 feet, 2,400 feet.
Wow.
And it's like 1,800 foot above everything else surrounding it. So it's like, yeah, we got a big footprint.
Yeah.
Actually, when we got tropospheric ducting going on, I've talked up there to Cincinnati and stuff on that repeater.
Wow.
Yeah, I've talked to Arkansas on it, and once we talked down to Atlanta, not everything off that repeater.
Yeah, with the hamvention coming up, I'm kind of interested in maybe looking at buying one.
Oh yeah, the biggest hamvention in the world is right there in Dayton.
Oh, I know it. Yeah, I usually rent a booth space at hamvention and just park in there so that I can just walk around and then go back to my van and sit down.
No, you do fucking more out.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
I forget when they even have it. I may have already missed it.
No, it's not until May.
In May? Okay.
They used to do it in like early April, but it kept getting rained out, so they moved it to May.
Yeah.
Years ago. It's gotten a lot smaller now with eBay, though. I remember when it used to take up even the whole grassy areas beyond the parking lot were tents and stuff, and now it's just kind of, it's not as big as it used to be.
Shrank.
Yeah, it used to be.
When the cell phone came out, that's when ham radio started shrinking.
Well, back in like the mid to late 90s, though, it was all like computer stuff. The whole build your own PC craze was going on. And now that's just kind of dead. Everybody gets their stuff on Amazon or whatever,
I still go to Tiger Direct.
Yeah, I buy. If they got good deals, I buy from them.
Yeah.
But we got Micro Center in Columbus, which is got
the only thing I haven't built is a laptop.
Yeah, I repair laptops. I haven't built one.
Amazon's got a good deal going on the UHF VHF handhelds.
The last one I bought was this little Baofeng. It's actually a pretty decent little radio. They're a little more now, but I think he had it advertised a little too low because I got this like for $29 free shipping. Back around last Christmas, not this past, but the Christmas before last, I should say. But you can get them for like under $50 everywhere all day long. It's a good little
shipping
radio.
on Amazon, you can get them for 46 now.
Yeah.
I got one the other day.
I got this, and I got some RG the 8X or whatever, the low loss RG8 to put up, and I got an antenna I need to get on the roof too.
Well, if there was like an EMP, wouldn't shortwave even portable units be a lot more effective?
Well,
range-wise, wouldn't they have an improved range?
I don't know. I mean, there'll be less traffic on the airwaves, so you definitely might have a little better chance, like if you're working HF, getting better skip and stuff like that.
Depends on the strength of the problem. If it's like from the sun or something, if it's really strong, there's nothing going to work.
And if it's from the sun, I'm not going to be unpacking my radio equipment for at least a few weeks until I know it's really all done and good.
Yeah.
And even then, like, who's to say if they hit us with one EMP and they wait for everybody to get everything out of their Faraday cages and then they hit us with the second one?
Yeah, good point. Very good
they
point.
say you can make one out of a Coke can with a Coke can. So
if there's an EMP, I'm sure I'll be busy, pretty busy. I won't need a radio for a while.
I don't think they're going to worry about the 30 people with Faraday cages around their crap if they do an aerial nuke to create an EMP.
Oh, but the government's got plenty of stuff in the military and Faraday protection, too, that they're going to get out. So I wouldn't say that it would surprise me if they hit a second time.
You run it from within the Faraday cage, and then you're good to go as far as that goes.
But you gotta drill a hole to hook up your antenna or whatever. I mean.
Yeah, once it goes in your antenna, well, you can run loops. That you run
you can run an artificial ground inside of it.
Yeah, you loop your line, and
your car's not grounded. It works fine.
No, cars will be knocked out first.
No, I'm just saying your car is grounded on the negative terminal of its battery. It's not actually grounded to ground. And it works.
Cars are direct current, not alternating current.
Yeah.
Well,
well, you can put alternating current in a car.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but actually, it doesn't have to have an earth
alternator in a car is alternating current, which is turned to DC current.
Yeah, I mean, they run through a bridge rectifier or whatever, but what I'm saying is, like, since it operates off of 12 volts to DC, it doesn't have to have an earth ground, like something.
It can operate off of AC and not have an earth ground.
Well, yeah, that's true, because inverters do that. Modified square wave inverters and stuff.
Pure sine waves do.
Yeah.
And alternators do it. You don't have to have it. Alternating current just alternate. All it does is alternate between negative and positive. That's all it is. No big mystery.
I've got an old DC motor I was thinking about playing around making a windmill out of it.
Is it like a permanent magnet one, or?
I believe it is. I really haven't looked at it, but it's a fairly substantial DC motor.
Yeah. I've been wanting to do some type of windmill or buy one, and like there was, I forget the name of them now. There was some real good motors out for doing them that used to go in old tape drives, but they're getting real hard to find now.
Well, they've put out all that green stuff too that you can buy, for alternating conversions and all that.
I mean, I've got 2 more solar panels to go up on the roof here shortly, as soon as the weather gets nice. I got 2 new Kyocera. I think they're 140 watts.
Yeah, I gotta get up and work on my barn roof. That last windstorm took out a bunch of panels off my
I want to
workshop.
see a video of you up there working on a roof.
Now, how in the hell am I gonna video me up on a roof?
You set your camera on the ground.
Yeah, I'll just lay it down flat and it'll be seeing the sky.
I'm deathly afraid of heights. I was gonna try to talk my wife into going up there.
Why are you afraid of heights?
I just
I'd be worried about.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm scared to go high, because if I fall, it's gonna hurt really bad.
That's just that sudden stop bothers you.
I don't know, like when I see, like, I was watching some MacGyver reruns the other day, and there's this one where he's like climbing the mountain, and I just had to turn it off because I literally can't watch that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I bet I could go take you out for about a day and you'd be over your fear of heights.
Now, see, it doesn't bother me. I've rode in helicopters, I've been planes, stuff like that. When I'm in something, it doesn't bother me.
No, this would be going over
He doesn't
cliffs on
like
a
to
rope.
climb because he knows if he falls, he hasn't got enough strength to catch himself.
Hey, I know somebody my size, it's gonna hurt.
No, you haven't got the strength to hold your own weight up with your hands. That's why I don't climb, because I can't hold on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I don't climb towers that are straight up and down, because my arms get way too tired to I can go a ladder that's like an angle, but just climbing something straight up my arms get all shaky about halfway up.
Still a few hours out there with my fingerprints in them.
You're too fat.
I'm more useful on the ground, like tying some tools to the rope and sending them up.
There you go.
Well,
Everybody needs a
flying
ground
when I was
man.
15, and I'm not afraid of flying. It's just I'm afraid of height.
I need to get back where I was skinny. When I had that long hair, we used to think we could fly, man. We was always doing roofing jobs, and we was climbing towers, putting CD radios up and everything. It wasn't until after a few motorcycle wrecks and landing on my head when I got older.
You know where that one St. John, I think it's St. John's churches, has a twin tower down on 3rd Street. You familiar with that church?
1st Street?
3rd. It was next to, a little bit further west from the old Mendelssohns.
I think I know where you're talking about.
Has big clock towers. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Buddy and I used to go up in the top of those things, and we'd go over the edges of them, hang upside down, and it'd be snowing, and we'd see these drunks coming up the street, and they'd be looking up at us going nuts. We'd be hanging up there upside down.
That's just not me. Yeah. I had to go. I had to put some wireless.
You probably don't even like him
equipment.
talking about it, do you?
I had to put some wireless equipment between the Schwinn Tower and the Coons building, and that was bad enough. I mean, and it's only a 5-story building, and I didn't have to go by the edge.
Had to buy that new monitor today after my old one had blue smoke. Unfortunately, the only one they had in my price range was a 27-incher.
Is that bigger or smaller than your old one?
Much bigger. 27-inch monitor. I'm just spacing, looking around.
Yeah. I think I'm still running a 19 or something.
Well, when you go this big, when you're looking for stuff, you actually have to move your head to look to the opposite corners of your monitor. It's a little too big for being this close.
I used to run 2 monitors, but I think my son took my other one.
Yeah, about a 19-inch monitor is perfect for a desktop.
Yeah. Even 20 wasn't bad. I had 22, but
I got 32.
You're crazy.
Once you run 2 or 3 monitors, it's hard to go back.
Playing games.
Yeah, the bigger you go, you can't really go back to a smaller one, cause everything looks so tiny.
Hey man, do you ever go down to Fredericksburg, Texas?
No, I haven't been down there.
Yeah, there's a big rock there called Enchanted Rock. You can walk up to one side of it. It's basically sand or granite. But we used to climb the vertical face on the other side. Called Enchanted Rock down in Fredericksburg. Beautiful place to go.
No, we don't get away from where we're at very much at all.
You need to take some trips now. You can't spend your whole life there. Just got to get out and have some life going.
You can't just hang around us on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
What are you gonna do when you get that land? You ain't gonna sit on the computer all day, are you?
Oh no. No.
We'll probably never hear from her again.
They'll be out playing with the little billy goats.
Uh-huh.
And the chickens and
Computer? What's that?
We'll probably still see you at night and during the wintertime, but like me in the daytime, I disappear. Now that I haven't even got a cell phone, nobody even. It's kind of nice to quiet without that cell phone. I'll
tell you, down in Texas, down there where you're at, there's some great places if you go down around Galveston. Down around the Bay Area there, they have those old gunnery. They're super concrete reinforced, built right along the coastline. Most of those are even open.
Perfect Circle 187 says, "Wow, okay, I'm from Norway. By the way, here people are stocking up a lot."
Wow.
Apparently in Norway there.
Maybe they got a taste of the Ukraine.
I think they put up that salted fermented fish.
Hoss is saying the room is full and he can't get in.
Bingo.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep.
Refresh. Let's see if I can get my comments to work here.
What'd he do? Did he get booted or something?
I think he left for a little bit.
I may hop off of here so that way Haas can get in because I need to go do my interim giveaway drawing. People keep messaging me. I was supposed to do it like 8 o'clock.
That's cool.
What are you giving away?
Well, this is the interim for my I'm giving away the box of ammo next Friday, which is a bulk pack of 22s, and this is the interim one. I'm just giving away a little like pistol cleaning kit. It's got the little rods and stuff in there.
I got one of those. Pretty good.
And a little can of break free. So
I use Soylent Green to clean my guns now. I mean frog lube.
I like this stuff just for the bug out bag and stuff because it's a cleaner and an oil all in one.
Well, that's what I did with. Let's see, where is it here? Somewhere up underneath all this junk right here. My old pill bottles that I don't use anymore.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I discovered? I'll bring it.
There it is. There's frog lube in a little pill bottle, and
that's cool.
Anything
that's plenty too, man. That'll do a lot.
Yeah.
I discovered these the other day. They're
once you season the gun, it's
breast milk bottles. These things are great. They're watertight, and they'll hold anything you need. Like I got stuff for my bug out bag and keep like screws and nuts and bolts in them, that kind of stuff.
What, breast milk bottles?
Yeah. They're just somebody gave them to me because they're done breastfeeding.
I have to go check out the breastfeeding department at Walmart.
Yeah. I figure I can always
like. Me in the checkout lane with those. What do you do with those?
I was thinking I might put a little breast milk in one of them, or not breast milk. Put a little regular milk in one of them, and like put it in the fridge, and then like get it out, pour it in my coffee when company comes over.
Breast milk is really good.
Well, it's all breast milk.
If you can get it, maybe.
No, it's all breast milk. I mean, it came from a cow's breast. That's their udder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different when it comes from a cow, because that's normal.
I'll just stick to the cow milk.
If you come up to the range, look me up. My name's Jerry. If I'm not on the range, just ask the guy at the desk where I'm at. I might be in teaching a class or something.
Okay. All right. We'll do.
Hoss said he got booted. I don't know anybody that booted him.
Hey, Brad. Brad, are you here?
Yeah, he's over there. He's over there lurking. He's a lurker tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Okay.
Good
All
God, I didn't hear him. Not usually he's chewing.
I'll hop off so Haas can get on. I'll see y'all later.
All right, take it easy.
All right, man. Take it easy, man.
Thanks for having me back, everybody. I'll get off too so y'all can talk. Thanks much and have a great evening.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you too. Good night.
Good night.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. You're in Australia, right?
I'm Dutch.
No, that's the girl that was from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where's our little Aussie girl?
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Talk about Vegemite. She likes Vegemite.
Yeah. Come from the
right.
Well, next time I go to the grocery store, I'm going to look for Vegemite. If they got a little tiny jar of it or something, and it's not expensive, I might try it.
No, it's not expensive at all. I've seen it in a lot of stores.
She opened up that jar and took a little dabbed her finger in it, got a big smile on her face. She does like it.
It's just like a condiment. She says you use very, very little of it. So
yeah.
So,
You ain't missing much, Dave. It's like licking the inside of an inner tube.
Well, I used to chew on an inner tube every now and then when I was working at the shop.
Yeah.
And I didn't have no gum or something. I cut off a little piece of rubber and chew on it.
Well, it'll take you back.
Well, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my computer just froze up and it wouldn't do anything.
It sounds like you having a
waited and waited, and so finally I just had to click it off and go. I went and restarted my router and everything else.
Burglar alarms right here.
Your dog?
No, nobody will ever sneak up on me while I'm asleep.
I totally could.
And now that the horse is running around in the yard, the horse gets upset, and that upsets them.
Hey, I got a question for you. Is a safe, that would be considered a Faraday cage, wouldn't it?
What?
A safe?
Well, the door has a crack all the way around it, but it'd be better than nothing. You could put some aluminum tape around the edges.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Dave. You think that would...
Well, it depends on the coating of the safe and all that other stuff. So, it's best to put the stuff inside a can inside the safe.
Okay.
Is it a digital safe?
You can wrap it in aluminum foil and put it inside the safe. That way you have what's called a capacitative effect.
That was one of those cheap safes that doesn't have all that insulation, and when you close the door, it'd probably be better.
The insulation doesn't have any insulation to electronic stuff at all. That's only for fireproofing.
What I'm saying is that would interfere with the Faraday capability, wouldn't it?
No.
No, not inside.
I would think it would.
Well, now, the one thing that will mess it up if it's a digital safe.
I mean, you can go inside of a bank vault.
Yeah, that's a good point, Hoss. Yeah.
Digital has wire run from outside to the inside.
You better have your master key or whatever.
Mine's not digital, so.
I mean, you still have your combination lock that you turn. It's going to have a little small hole there, but
you keep talking about all that gold. I don't. You know what? The gold's at Fort Knox.
No, I don't believe it.
It's in China. They done bought
I
it.
don't think
all
there's any gold in Fort Knox.
I don't either, and there's not any here either.
It's all down in your basement down there. You're sitting on,
In a basement? I'm in Texas. We don't have basements.
It's actually there's a huge gold storage in Hawaii.
Why don't they have basements in Texas?
You don't have
Because the clay soil.
I got a basement in a
What was that? What was that, Mindy? I couldn't hear what you said.
Because it's all clay.
Oh,
yeah, so that sounds like it'd be perfect for a basement.
It gets so dry here that you can have cracks where your foot will, you can twist your ankle. I mean, that it dries up so much and pulls away that there are a few basements, but I would say 99% of the houses do not have basements down there.
Okay, so the earth will pull away from the basement wall, and then create there's a pocket for all the rain when it does.
Yeah, and then when it rains and that clay swells, I mean.
I see.
Well, that's what they make. They make this thing called gravel.
Yeah, you can fill that
put it
out.
next to your house.
Tell these cheap builders that.
I mean, I just thought if you build a house on your property and you want a basement, put a drain pipe down around the bottom of it and pour this thing called gravel.
Yep.
And then put your clay up against it.
Well, that's the plan for
You-
when we
you-
build something. It will definitely have something underground.
Well, you live in a rich neighborhood. You can afford to have them come out and dig up the walls and do it right.
Oh Lord, you guys! I do not live in a rich neighborhood. Everybody else's neighborhood is rich, not mine.
And then her boy's marrying one of the Rothschilds or something,
Yeah.
Don't insult them.
Billionaire. I mean.
Yeah, they'll probably end up giving her the summer house or something.
We'll be on Google Earth, and there'll be Mindy riding around their horse stable out there in the backyard.
That would be fun.
I don't know what kind of horses they have, but they had when you were flying over it. No, wait a minute. That was who was the vice president? You were showing us somebody's house that was supposed to be super rich right there.
Well,
He had a horse track outside.
Oh, Ross Perot. Ross Perot. Yeah. Yeah.
So how many bodyguards does your future in-laws have?
No,
I'm going to stop the broadcast. We're getting a little personal here. Y'all on YouTube, since there's only 32 watching, they've gone away anyway. It looks like nobody's commenting. Nobody's really asking any questions. Oh, there's our Aussie girl over there in the chat room.
Oh, tell her to.
I sent her.
Pop in.
Let me see. I guess I have to.
I think there's one more spot left, isn't there? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's nine. Yeah.
She got a spot.
Is David breaking up with, or can y'all hear him good?
It's